Grapsody with Will, Phil, and Reg, trying to keep it real instead of what you usually get from these talking heads. It's Grapsody, we're here to fill the void. 3 black fans, different perspective, got to fill your voice. Coming with the podcast, talking majors, indies in between, yeah, it's all that. And we're down with Fightful, better fall back. Coming for respect, we connect like a ball bat. No need to double check, these are all facts. You're listening to us talk raps. You're listening to us talk raps. Will, Phil, and Reg. Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps. Yeah, we're Grapsody, here to talk raps.
Welcome. It is I. It is he. This is Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsay. Righteous Reg is here as well. StreamYard was being very annoying to start the morning, but we're here. It is what it is.
It's your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster, your favorite commentator, Righteous Reg. It's Saturday morning, Grapsody podcast. Here with my homeboy Phil Lindsay. It's life is life. Things are things. There's a bunch of news. There's a bunch of stuff. It's pro wrestling. Indie wrestling is I don't know, you guys. I don't know what's going on here. I'm sad. I'm happy. I'm crying. What is life? What's up with you, Phil? How's your week been?
It's been a week. I finally got a chance to listen to other things now that we're not inundated with Drake stuff, even though the timeline is still inundated with Drake stuff, which is kind of like,
Timeline's
all right,
full.
guys. It's like, it's what I expected. People that don't like him that are still arguing about stuff. And it's just like, hey, well, you already know you don't like him. So why are you doing this? And there are people that do like him and like everything he does. And they feel like they need to argue with everybody about how good this album is. Hey, well, you like it. So why do you need to do that?
Why can't you just enjoy it? If you like this album, bump it. I've seen the timeline still fit. I was just on it right now, and everybody's talking about Drake. And it's like, it feels like a bunch of people that talked bad about him previously during the battle and stuff have gave it up to him with these albums. And they're like, unbiasedly listen to it, and they like it. And I saw like Gina Views and like Bootleg Kev. They're all like, these are great albums. We love this. Drake was Drake. And like, I think he satisfied his core, but the other side is still pitchforks and guns and all the things. And it's like, just let him live, I guess. I don't really know where to stand with this, Phil. It's like he satisfied who he needed to. He rapped on there. He did some R&B records. I think he like fleshed it out pretty well.
Yeah. There's still people on both sides that are being very annoying. Drake stands being annoying. Kendrick stands for some reason still being very annoying when it's like, all right, you guys won. What do you need to? Why are you still going at this point? You won. There's no need to continue to argue the fact that you won. I just don't really care.
It's been so long.
It's been 2 years. I swear. Move on, man. Like, but I did after a week, Iceman, like I said, Iceman is all right. I did listen to the other album that I didn't listen to because Maid of Honor was not good. And I was like, oh no, man, I don't know that I need to listen to this other one. I did finally listen to the third one. Third one is all right. It's him trying to get in his R&B bag. There's a song on there I really like. It's cool for what it is, but I did finally get a chance to listen to the Nick Grant album that dropped the same day as the Drake album, but of course nobody was talking about it because Drake. Nick Grant album is very good. Nick Grant is quietly one of the most consistent rappers in the game right now. I think his last 3 albums have been very good, and not enough people are talking about him.
Yeah, I think that he always seems to fall into this thing where he drops and then some crazy other thing drops at the same time, and he quietly drop a really dope album. Been one of the best rappers for years, 10 years it feels like at this point. I think I've been a fan of this guy, and like he just doesn't stray away. I remember they tried to get him like into some stuff with like Jid maybe or some other rappers where he was like talking as rappers do to be like, I'm the best. And they're like, what about this guy? And it's like, he's always just stayed the course. And I appreciate that about him. He's going to be one of those rappers when it all ends. He's like going to have this beautiful discography of rap, and he never tried to do anything else. And I could appreciate that about him. I haven't got to listen to the album in full, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. The intro is fire. He's got a song on there with West Side Gun. That's the song I've seen pop up on the timeline a lot. At least I've seen people reacting to that verse the most out of anything from the album. But yeah, now he's rapping on there. He's out rapping a lot of people that and people are just not giving him a lot of the praise that he should be getting.
Yeah, he is one of the most, like you said, consistent rappers, and has been out rapping most of the rappers. I think when the battle stuff was going on and rappers were starting to get into that bag, he wanted to get out there, but nobody was trying to get out there with him. And there's a reason for that, because dude can really, really, really rap. It's not a thing. That got me thinking about, did you see the JID tweet? There's like some JID controversy. Somebody tweeted, the J. Cole thing about J. Cole saying JID needs to be Grammy, all this. JID needs to be in a higher place. And JID retweeted saying that bar was ass. He's already overplayed or over something. And people took that pretty extreme. J. Cole's been attached to, ever since the stuff, J. Cole talk and how everything's moving underneath him has been very weird. But also on the same for Kendrick, like there was a lot of talk this week about who from GNX really got up or really came up off of what Kendrick done. And it's like, can we stop all of this, please? Like, Kendrick's somewhere resting. J. Cole's maybe somewhere resting too. I don't know. Like the label stuff, it's hard to like be mad at JID, Phil, because we don't know any of the behind the scenes. Like we don't know what this is spawned off.
Yeah, and we don't know. He might have just thought that line was trash. I mean, people trying to turn everything into beef. Oh, he's got beef with Cole now. He might not. He might just think that line was ass. I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't know why people got to make everything is we got to get to the next beef. We got it's more tea. It's like, all right,
yeah,
it's lame.
Not the hip hop that I know and love.
Yeah, yeah. And the Kendrick thing, yeah. I mean, he got AZ Chike Grammy. He's gotten him a lot more exposure. Like a lot of people did know who AZ Chike or a lot of those guys were until that album. So. Yeah, I think it worked out for them. I saw that thing going around about how he offered some of them a lump sum for their verse or publishing, and a lot of them took the lump sum. And people were like, "Oh, that's how you take care of your brothers." I was like, "That's the music business, guys. Like that happens a lot. You either pay somebody for a verse, or they get publishing, and depending on where somebody is in their career." Yeah, I might need the money more right now. I might not be able to be patient and say I want to wait and, reap the benefits of having publishing.
There are some of the greatest rappers of all times don't have Grammys, Phil. Like Snoop doesn't have a Grammy. And like, you know what I mean? Like there's your favorite Lloyd Banks. Like you could go through the list of people that don't have Grammys, and he's gotten people Grammys. And it's like, what else could you do? Like, what else could I do to help you off of this? Drake, when they bring it up with Drake, I'm like, Drake was giving people one songs, and they were those people like the Migos used that momentum to go to something else. Like Drake wasn't there the whole time being like, you guys gotta continue to listen to these people. It's like if you get like some kind of push or something like that, you have to continue the momentum yourself essentially.
Yeah. My guy Lupe was also in the news because of this. Because he made a joke, and people were all upset. And it was more Kendrick fans trying to come at him, and I was just like, it's so very obvious that he's joking, and I just don't know how it's not obvious that he's joking. And I guess because I've listened to him a lot of interviews. I used to listen to his podcast.
Chicago.
It was so obvious to me he was joking. I've seen him at concerts, and he's done bits like this at shows. That's how he talks. I thought it was pretty clear he was trolling, but people were like, see, he's blaming his fans for why his career is not where it is. And it's just like, I don't think he really meant that. I think it was a joke. He's invited people on stage. This is just to let you know how he jokes. He's invited people on stage at shows I've gone to, and he's like starting to be from Euros, and he's like, you don't know this verse, do you? He was like, he was like, you're trash. You don't know this verse, do you? And like somebody will jump up there and rap the whole verse, and he's like, man, I got to give it up to you because I was ready to throw you up out of here, man. I was ready to be like, you're not a real fan. You don't know this whole Murals verse, which. Throwing somebody out for not knowing all of Murals is crazy. Murals is
that is
long,
wild. Yeah, I'm like, wait, hold on.
but again, it's jokes. That's
jokes.
He's just joking. But that turned into, for some reason, Kendrick fans seeing, see, this is why he always sounds so bitter. He's so jealous of Kendrick. I'm like, I don't think this has anything to do with Kendrick, first of all. And this is why, again, I want some Kendrick stands to shut the fuck up because this had nothing to do with Kendrick, and it was a joke.
The headlines I saw were like, Lupe Fiasco so mad at his fans, yelling at fans at the concert. I'm like, and then I watched the clip and I was like, wait, this isn't what happened at all. He's laughing through the whole thing, first of all, like, and he's like pointing at fans and being like, this is your fault. And like, you could even see why he's saying it, that it's not really real. And then they tried to equate like him being like, we should have been in stadiums and we should have been this to like Kendrick Lamar. And like, Kendrick Lamar is not the only rapper in stadiums. And what, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
People's insistence that he don't like Kendrick and there's beef between them is so weird. And I wish people, again, would just get over it because it's just not that serious, guys.
Well, they're saying he wrote on the new Drake stuff because of that. And
it don't sound like it. Some of them verses, listen, and I like Iceman, but some of them verses, some of them similes he got on there, they do not sound like they were ghostwritten, buddy.
Good on him too, Phil, because the bad also comes with the good. So if there's some good on there that you like, he wrote that. Like, I think it does sound like he was like, I'm gonna try to not have people help. I'm gonna do this myself to show these guys that I can. And it's like you get the good with the bad.
Yeah, there are definitely some corny similes and bars on there. I'm just like,
I am upset though because that clip of Lupe was from Sacramento. I was like, man, I could have been there, a part of this epic moment, and had witnessed that. But it goes how it goes. Shout out to Lupe. I did get to see him less than a year, and the show was amazing. And exactly like you're saying, Phil, he was joking the whole time, pointing people out, just like in this clip, and being like, this guy, blah, blah, blah. That's just kind of how he does.
Yeah. He was doing kick push too, and he was joking because he forgot the first verse. Then he got to the second verse. He was like, don't remember this verse either. Sorry, guys. And I saw someone go, how does he not know his biggest record? I'm like, guys, Kick Push 2 was just on an album. That's not
Kick Push. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny, Phil. I remember talking about Snoop again when they did the Tupac hologram and they had that show at Coachella. Snoop had a teleprompter for his songs, and I thought, like, as a rapper, I was like, how could this guy have a teleprompter? Like, you don't remember your rhymes. And then I was rapping, and then I did like 5 more years of rapping, and then I started to forget my lyrics because, like, if you do a bunch more songs, how am I supposed to store those? And like, this guy smokes like 20 blunts a day, and then so like seeing that Lupe clip, I'm like, yeah, if he hasn't done this song in 5 years or something, he's not gonna remember the lyrics, dude. He's written 20,000 more songs since then.
Yeah, and that's not a song. Excuse me, that's part of his set list.
Right.
Like, he's not gonna forget Kick Push. He's performed Kick Push thousands of times, probably. He don't perform Kick Push 2 like that. Like, that's like asking him to perform something off like his mixtape from like 2004.
Right.
You don't remember none of that. Oh, he might, but it's like he don't perform that stuff regularly.
Mm-hmm. And a song like he explains in the video wasn't supposed to be on the album, that he had to rush to make, and he had to do, and reluctantly at the time, he didn't even really want to do this.
From a 20
attached to it.
From a 20-year-old album.
Yeah.
album that was made 20 years ago. He's made what, like 6 or 7 albums since then. Like, I don't.
Dude, the production on Kick Push 2 is crazy though. That's such a great song.
Yeah. Yes. A lot of this rap discourse, I'm ready for people to chill out, man. Like, are you enjoying the music or not? It just feels like people can't just be like, "Hey, I enjoyed this." Which that was also the thing, the discourse around the boys, and oh my god, like, I can't believe that Homelander went out like that. You mean the bad guy? I think bad guys are supposed to go out sad. I think that's how that ends for bad people. I'm sorry that reality has tricked you into realizing that a lot of bad people don't get their comeuppance. But hey, in this thing where you can write it and we can get a fulfilling, satisfying ending, a lot of the times the bad guy gets humiliated.
Listen, if my entertainment has to be where I get that value of the good guy winning in the end, I'll take it every time, dog. You don't have to try to mirror reality over there for me. I know that the bad guys are winning on the real news, so let's have the guys that we hate get beat up on the shows that we like.
Yeah, it's that was very weird discourse. Some of that was depressing. I don't want to get into how I sometimes think, how did we get to this place where people are so stuck in this? I don't want to call people stupid, but it's hard not to call people stupid.
It's bad.
They just live in their own reality, man. It's like they don't want to see anything outside of it, and I just don't know how we got to this place where people are so detached from reality, man. It's fucking strange, man. I just don't get it. And I saw a lot of that Elon Musk was arguing back and forth with the writer of The Boys, and I was just like, where are we in the world? Why are people like this? The end of the Colbert late night show was this week. Yeah, really, man, what a great send off. He had Paul McCartney on there. Paul McCartney at 83 is still performing. Paul McCartney at the Ed Sullivan Theater, like historic, like that's like where the Beatles had like their first big television appearance in the United States, and for Paul McCartney to still be able to do that and be doing it in a very bittersweet way, but I'm cool with that, like him doing the hello goodbye and like the entire crew from the show and like all these people on stage doing it. I was like, man, this is amazing, and it makes you like even on such a sour note, like to just see people just be showing joy. Like I was like, this is great. And then you have our idiot of a president the next day making an AI video of throwing Colbert in the garbage and trying to make a joke out of the fact that you, as the president of the United States, censored the guy because you didn't like jokes he was making about you. Like, again, enjoy Homelander getting his comeuppance because, you know, this is where we are in a world where this guy can just apparently just do whatever the hell he wants and people are not going to do anything about it.
Bro shut down a whole late night show and like it's fine. On Monday, Stephen Colbert is not coming back, and it's like because the president was like, shut this show down, and we're not rioting in the streets. We're not like there's not picketing outside of the buildings. Like we're just yelling on the internet about this. I'm like, I don't know if this is what the people intended, man. And like, as people that do entertainment feel like, can we continue to say bits? Who knows how the thing, like, is AI going to start detecting people just talking on podcast and throwing us off mid podcast? Like, I don't know where this is going to lead, and I do not feel good about it. Shout out to Stephen Colbert, like class act all the way throughout. This could have went way different, Phil. He could have been on every show being like, fuck y'all, fuck you. I'm not going to be professional. But he still was in there doing interviews. He still was being professional about it when he did not have to be.
Yeah, and that's again why I'm saying it's so wild, because you had such this beautiful ending to the show with Paul McCartney and they're singing Hello Goodbye, and they're not making it like this like bitter ending and like standing there with their middle fingers up at the camera. No, they just did their send off and they went on, and this guy's still, even you're winning and you're still being petty and ridiculous. It's just like, dude,
State
of the world is crazy.
They're gonna have that UFC event at the White House, and you saw that they're gonna have WWE wrestlers at their fan fest or whatever. I was like, this is what like. What, Phil? I don't even like. There's so many parts of it that I'm like, wait, a UFC event on the lawn at the White House? Like, are there going to be like big Ford trucks like on the lawn too? Is there going to be Budweiser? Like, what is happening here?
Yeah, it's a lot about everyday life that just I hate it, man.
This is real. There's a Trump phone. Like this is real life, like that we're experiencing. This isn't like a crazy movie or TV show that they told us like life could be like this, and we're just like, man, this entertainment is real funny, and now it's real life. And I'm like, every time I open my phone, every time I turn on the TV, the advertisements during the basketball game, I'm like, we are doomed, you guys. This is not. We're trending downward.
Yeah, a lot of this AI stuff this week was, don't sound good. Does not sound good at all. The stuff with Spotify, the stuff with Google, none of it sounds good. It does not sound good for a lot of people that make things, that are creators, that write things, that like make YouTube videos like we do, and yeah, it does not sound good. But Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals did start this week. Western Conference Finals so far have been incredible. I saw from the beginning when I saw the matchup we were getting, I was like, oh yeah, this is probably going to be the NBA Finals, because I don't know if it's going to get any better than this. And man, Game 1 was amazing. I don't know where they found Wemby. I don't know what planet this guy came from, but he's just unreal to be able to move like that at his height, and to just be able to block shots like that without jumping, and just like to also be able to pull up and shoot threes from like almost mid court. I'm just not sure how you're able to do that and the kid is only 22 years old. Like he's just unreal. Like that Game 1, I could tell from the beginning the way he was playing. I was like, oh, he don't like these dudes. He took this personal. Right. And the longer the game went on, I was like, oh no, he don't like these dudes. There was a part in the game where he caught a rebound and Chet Holmgren was right on him, and he dunked it all hard and walked away, was talking shit. I was like, oh yeah, he don't like Chet. he don't like homeboy.
And Chet been sitting on the sidelines like, man, what did I do? Like every time he's just baffled. If I could watch a YouTube video right now, Phil, of them being like, they made Wemby in a lab, like they cloned this guy 22 years ago out of basketball stats and history, and he's here. He's unbelievable. Like he just stands in one place and he reaches over. They are frightened to go in the hole. They are they're like, if he's in there, I'm not going over there, because his arms will come from any place and slap that shit out of here. And then he, like you said, on the other side, he's dunking, he's shooting threes, he's posting up, he's shoulder blocking people. I'm like, hold on, this guy, this guy's a different being, man.
Yeah, man, that rivalry between him and Chet, it seems like this is real deal, buddy. But yeah, no, I watched that first game, and every time he was in the paint, because he played most of that game, he played like over 40 minutes in that game.
Yep.
And I could see an OKC player dribbling, and they're making eye contact with him, and they're seeing he's in a hole, and they're like, man, maybe I'll take this three. Like, not try to drive to the hole with this guy in there.
Not going in there.
And I mean, that really hurt them in that Game 1. They could not get anything going in the paint, but man, what a game. Double overtime. Spurs won in OKC. That was OKC's first loss in the playoffs so far. And they were in that game all the way to the end, but Wemby won it that one, man. You could see it. And he said afterwards pretty much that he did take it personally, having to sit there and watch SGA win the MVP trophy. And yeah, he wanted to beat those guys, and mission accomplished, because when he hit that three in overtime, I was like, oh, yeah, I don't think they're beating this guy, at least not tonight. But OKC showed up in the next two games.
They did.
they still look like the team to beat to me, guys. I don't know. I've paid attention to this Knicks Cleveland series. It's good, but it's not as good as what they're doing over there, man. It's like going from that level of basketball and then watching the Knicks beat up on the Cavs. I'm like, okay, let's speed this up. Let's get this over with.
The OKC's bench feels too deep. They're just like last night. I was watching the game and they were like, their bench player, their bench was playing, and I was like, nah, they're too deep. They're playing too good, dog, and they are fast, brother. Let me tell you.
Yes, this is why I was so dumbfounded that people thought the Lakers could beat this team. I was like, they're not beating this team, guys. They're too good. They're too young. They're too fast. Like they've got too much depth. No, they're not beating that team, guys. Yeah, that kid McCain, like that kid is ridiculous. And the crazy thing about this is OKC's second best player isn't even playing. Like their second best scorer is not playing. SGA hasn't had he had a good game last game, but he hasn't had a great series, and they're still winning like this.
He hasn't had to.
Yeah, no, man. Yeah, their bench is crazy. Like when I saw like the start of that game last night, their bench had 39 points. I was like,
These boys are playing some basketball, man. The other Jalen Williams. Oh my God, this guy was going crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the cool thing about it, though, is just seeing, like, all of these young guys and just seeing, like, yeah, this is their league now. Like, we don't have to keep focusing on LeBron and Steph Curry and Kevin Durant. Like, those guys are old now. Like, man, these guys, Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, like, these guys are hooping. Wemby, all of those guys on OKC, they're all young, too. SGA is fairly young. And so it's cool to see it. But that's, again, also why I'm like, how did y'all think some of these other teams were going to beat them? They're older, like they're not. And it's kind of like watching like this mirror team because OKC has a lot in common with San Antonio. Of course, Sam Presti started some of his career in San Antonio. He spent some of his career in San Antonio, rather. And yeah, it's interesting. Like they built their team up the same way, just fundamental basketball built up with like a draft and like put a young nucleus together. So they have a lot in common. It's like even the way they play defense is very similar. They have like good guard play. They have good 3-point shooters. They have two young big men and Chet and Wemby. A lot of really similarities. So it's almost like looking at the Spider-Man meme. And it's just that
That's
OKC.
why they hate each other so much.
Yeah, it's just that OKC has made it to the championship and they've won. And you could see in these playoff games like this is the difference in experience in being there and having a coach that's been there already. People are going to, of course, make a lot about, well, OKC flops and they get a lot of calls. And I hate it, but that's basketball. Like it's everybody flops. I hate it. I hate when people pump fake and then jump into somebody in midair and that's a foul. That is not a foul to me.
Hate it.
You're initiating contact. I hate that call, but the refs let them get away with it. So what can you do? And everybody does it. I don't know any big superstar that doesn't do it. Like.
Now, all the star players have seen that that's the game now, and they're doing that. So it's like, yes, none of us like it. We don't want them to work like that. But if they know what the system is, and they on top of that, they're this amazing team. Like, what can you really do?
Yeah. I saw people getting upset because they saw what happened in that first game, and they were like, "Unleash Hardenstein." And Hardenstein came out there the second game and he was known out like holding and grabbing and people were like, this isn't fair. And I was like, it's playoff basketball, man.
Absolutely.
This is what happened when the Bulls were beating up on people. They were like, man, we got to get this guy Jordan out of here. Like the Pistons was like, we got to beat this guy up. We can't just let him come in the lane like this. We got to make sure every time he come in here, we make him think twice about it. And that's what you do what else are you going to do with this guy? Like this guy is over 7 feet. He can dunk over everybody. He can shoot threes. What else can you do with this guy? You can't stop this guy.
send somebody send somebody out to beat his ass. They started throwing fists at Jordan. They was hitting him in the kidneys. They was like, yo, if you're gonna come in here, that's exactly what it's gonna be. And if Wemby's gonna be big and strong and lanky, like, what are we gonna do to stop this guy? Get somebody in there, put some body on him, and see if that could stop him. And it works. Like when they add some pressure to him, it has been working.
It's frustrating him.
He keeps figuring it out, though, man. He's so young, and like his mind is like, oh yeah, you guys are doing this. Let me try this now.
Yeah, some of these highlights for him just look unreal. Like that picture of him dunking, and there are like two people jumping with him, and his hand is just over everybody's, and he's barely jumping off the ground. It's like, what do you do with that? Like, how can you stop this guy?
He might grow some more, dog. Like he might not be done.
It's like, it'd be one thing if he was just tall and just kind of uncoordinated, but like he's tall and super athletic. He moves well. Like they were showing like his videos of him like training with Jamal Crawford. So yeah, when you see him in open court, he actually moves well and he can like dribble like a guard. It's like, what the heck do you do with that?
Nothing. You can't do anything. He got handles. He's doing all kind of stuff. He's a complete basketball player, and he's 25 feet tall. Unstoppable. This series has been amazing, Phil. The other series, I'm like, good luck whoever wins. Good luck the Knicks when it gets to the next series, because it's about to be a tough time for you. I don't know if OKC's playing some hard ass basketball, but I think that's kind of the best thing about the Spurs. Their similarities with OKC is they have championship spirit already, even though they haven't won the title. Of like, we're coming back and reevaluating tape in the next game. We might be a completely different team.
I mean, well, you see in that first game just how personal he's taking these comparisons to Chet. He's been compared to Chet for a good chunk of his career, and he just is not a fan of this guy. I've seen this before. I've seen greatness like this developing, and even if the Spurs lose this series, I know what it's going to do to that guy. It's going to mold him. And like we saw it with Jordan, when every time he lost, he kept coming back better and better. Even if the Spurs don't win this year, they're going to win. This is going to be his league, man.
Absolutely. You can't stop him. Unstoppable. The unstoppable force on its way up. And that's kind of the amazing thing. Like, win or lose, he's going to come back better than ever. He's going to go be a monk again, probably, for his time off. Like, who is this person, dog? Where do they find him? And the league's very lucky to have somebody like that. Like a lot of these young guys that we've been talking about, because it's super promising. The game has changed completely. I'm still mad at how many threes are shot when the game's fucking on the line. But, like, again, that's the game.
When he took that shot from the logo, and everybody was like, he was taking that spot from that shot from the Curry spot, I was like, there'll never be another Steph Curry, man. This guy, one of the most influential basketball players of all time. I will not hear nothing else other. Again, we were having a conversation if he's a top 10 player, and I was like, just the fact that there are centers trying to shoot like him tells you everything you need to know about his impact on basketball.
Like, centers are shooting all the time, dude. It pisses me off half the time. I'm like, what are you doing back there? Like, every time Joel Embiid is like, he stay at the 3-point line, I'm like, why are you over there, dog? And this is all Steph Curry's fault. There's a Steph Curry spots and things that are based off what he created, man. Like, a different human being. I'm very sad about the state of current affairs, but like, I still can go watch Steph Curry be Steph Curry sometimes, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, and he's getting injured, but he hasn't shown that much of a decline yet. No. But it's very much not the Warriors' time no more. It's not his league no more. It's a younger folks' league now, and yeah, it's gonna take a lot to beat this OKC team, man. Because yeah, again, people don't like the flopping. People don't like the calls they get, but they're kind of like Duke, and you might not like them, but they're just really good as well. It's like you can't put it all on officiating. You can't complain that much because they're just also really good.
Yeah, you could be. Well, what about the calls? What about this? Like when you get beyond the calls, though, they are playing some incredible basketball. And just like I said, they are so fast, man. The game just like on offense and defense, both teams are just like it's just moving like you can't take your eyes off of the action. And the games have been on the Western Conference like close throughout. We're getting overtime, like they are going back and forth. Leads are changing. They sometimes someone will be up by 13, and then the other team will come back and they're up by like it's these are incredible games with young players that are about to define what this league is.
Yeah, you can't. Again, I know people don't like the officiating, but like this team has only lost one game in the playoffs, guys. Like they've only lost one game out of what? This is like 11 games now that they played in the playoff. They've only lost one game. Don't let anybody try to convince you that we're not seeing dominance right now, because that's exactly what we're seeing. And I'm telling you, if this team makes it out of the Western Conference again, I don't think anybody's beating them. I've seen Knicks fans talking this up like, yeah, we want Wemby. You sure? Hey, man, you can say what you want, but they just got De'Aaron Fox back. That guy still looks like the fastest man in the world. Like,
He's moving very quickly.
They got Dylan Harper, and that kid's only 20 years old. He's hooping. Like, nah, man. I don't know. I don't know if you want to see either of those teams, New York.
New Yorkers are having a good time, though. I ain't mad at y'all. I just saw that they banned the outside viewing parties because, of course, like New Yorkers can't handle being outside and events. They're nuts. But shout out to them having a great time with this run so far, because when it gets to the finals, it's going to be back to where y'all have been for a long time. So enjoy it, my friends. Like it's a good time for y'all. New York is up. Mamdani's having a great time. He's out there getting people tickets. He's out in people's houses picking up tiles and bad landlords. Like shout out to New York.
Yeah. Yeah, man, look, New Yorkers, have your fun, but yeah, y'all gonna have a hard day at the office if y'all got to see that OKC Thunder team, man.
I wouldn't want to see him.
No, they're gonna be very tough to beat. Spurs, if they manage to get past this team too, they're gonna be hard to beat, man. If they beat the defending champions, like they're gonna be very hard to beat.
Yeah, if they could pull it out, and what they'll be feeling after defeating the competing champs, like it'll be hard for the Knicks to try to mess with that momentum that they'll have going into that series.
Yeah, and look, y'all like Towns again. You put Towns up next to Wemby. We're gonna see how much y'all still like Towns, because some conversations are gonna change.
I always feel so bad for Cat because like he doesn't deserve most of the slander that he gets.
He doesn't.
And like I want him to come up, but like you're not gonna be horrible if Wemby gets out there. Wemby starts throwing them elbows, spinning around and shit. It's gonna be a tough day in the office.
That's the funny thing too about people being upset, because they're like, oh, they're grabbing Wemby and they're doing all this. They're playing so physical. Wemby playing physical too. He throwing shoulders and elbows into people. He came down court and just straight up just clobbered Caruso. And they were like, yep, standard foul. I was like, he didn't go for the ball at all. That looked like a flagrant foul to me. But hey, man, I guess, you know.
This fool's hitting the big John Cena shoulder block before the "you can't see me," and they're just like, "Yep, he's playing some basketball."
Yep, standard foul. Okay, let's keep this going. Which I don't mind it because it's playoff basketball. Like,
right?
Let him play. Let it get chippy.
It should be like that. This is.
But.
And you want to see Wemby in that kind of physical thing, because that was kind of what people were saying about him coming into the league. They're like, he's so big and lanky. How's he going to be able to get physical? Oh, he's shown y'all, brother. He'll get down low with somebody.
Yeah. He's put on some bulk. I'm sure he'll continue to put on bulk, but man, what a fun series, man. Caruso, we're back to this Caruso talk. Every time Caruso has one of these series where he's going crazy, that game one, he was everywhere. It was like he was hitting all the shots, and then on defense, he was everywhere. He was on all the loose balls. It was like, dude, this guy. But yeah, of course, it turned into, why did the Bulls trade this guy? He didn't fit this team, guys. I don't know how many times we got to have this conversation. He did not fit on this team. That team was not going to the playoffs. He didn't fit. I'm sorry. It wasn't going to work here. He was on a bad team. It's not going to work.
It's working over here with OKC for a reason, you guys, and they just cannot figure it out, though. But he is balling, though, on both sides of the court. Like, on D, he is going crazy. Like, he is all over the ball. Like, he is laser focused and hitting threes, like, being a complete player too. Like, that's the bench of OKC is so deep, man. Like, the eighth best player on the team is fire.
Yeah. Send us your super chats. That's the best way to get your chats read on this stream. And also send us Humper Chat at humperchats.com/Fightful.
Absolutely. We always appreciate your super chats, your humper chats, any chats that you guys send to the pod. Appreciate you guys hanging on for our basketball and hip hop talk to start the show. You know, this is how we like to get loosened up to get into it. We got a big wrestling weekend happening, so we're definitely going to get into some wrestling. The homie Leonard Aaron III says, Motorhead McMahon, that's a new one, really couldn't let y'all have a month before getting the next piss thing back to get his stream back. His steam back, That was a lot of words, Leonard. Something in there was very slanderous, and I don't know if I could, that's you.
Yeah, I kind of figured we might see Brock again because SummerSlam is in Minnesota, and so I was like, they're hyping up this retirement, but I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets one last match or something at SummerSlam. I did not think we would see him a month after WrestleMania. You didn't even give Oba's WrestleMania moment time to breathe. And the whole open challenge thing, I felt like that was a step backwards to begin with. I don't know how you get like one of the biggest moments of your career, and they're like, hey, I got to come out here and call people out to face me. No, he should be like, no, I want a title shot. I want to face all the biggest stars here. You beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and then the next week you're beating up Otis.
That's what was confusing to it for me, Phil. Is like they brought Brock back. You would think they would have had Oba beating up all the big guys and looking like a world beater on the way up if Brock's going to come back and get his fucking win. Of course, that's how it's going to play. So I was just kind of confused about the whole thing. The how it happened. It's like, this is such a Brock Lesnar. They haven't figured out a different way to present this guy. I feel like they've been doing the same comeback since 2012 when he came back. That's the same thing he did to John Cena. He was posing, he shows up behind him F5 5 times, and he's out of here. I'm like, we have to figure out a different bit, I think.
I wasn't excited about this, but wasn't exactly surprised either. I do think Brock is going to get his win back when they do have their match, and I do think we're going to end up at a third match. Not shocked. Can't say I'm shocked.
Wrestling politics, I love them. Shout out to the homie Van Twin Blade, who says number 1, late city, not that late. Number 2, poor Willow, horrible. And then number 3, I got screwed out of $25 of free play at a casino last night. Check the Discord for the story. Shit was fucky, y'all. Man, unfortunately, when you put your money on the line, that could happen. You could the casino and gambling gods could look down on you pretty bad and that not happen. I don't think I gambled, thinking about it, Phil. I don't know if I gambled $1 during our Las Vegas excursion this year. I don't like, this is maybe the first time I've ever went to Vegas and I didn't even look at gambling.
I didn't gamble at all. This trip to Vegas, I definitely felt old on some of those days. So I was like, yeah, I'm going back to the room. Like, I feel y'all, but I got work to do and I got to do this at the room. So I'll be in the room. Oh.
It did feel like that. I was up super late with the wrestling stuff till 3 a.m. But Phil was just like, I'm gonna see y'all. I'm gonna check y'all later. Like, and I wasn't mad about it at all, man. This was a lot more calmer. I'm sure if you see the news and what happened and fans and all that, you wouldn't think so. But for us, it felt a lot more chill with
Yeah.
not too many extracurriculars going on.
You weren't there that last day when I was walking around on a strip, and I went and got a drink before I went to catch my flight. And the lady was like, you want 2 shots of Hennessy? And I was like, I felt like I was looking around. I was like, how you know I want Hennessy? What do you mean? What are you trying to say? Like,
how you know?
I mean, I do, but how you know that? I was looking around like, wait a minute, this feels a little racist. Like, what do you mean? 2 shots of Hennessy.
You almost want to say no, huh? Like, no, actually, I don't. I want 2 shots of vodka. But yes, send them 2 shots over immediately. I will take those, and I will drink those. Phil, have you seen this? I tweeted yesterday. The next pandemic is going to be in whatever these new Hennessy drinks are, because I don't know what. There's Hennessy iced tea or something, Hennessy margarita, and I'm like, there's no way this is on the up and up. There's got to be something inside of them. People are already going insane. The videos I'm seeing of them like buying out their local liquor store and selling them out the trunk of their cars. I'm like, this is very Popeye's chicken sandwich coated, and I don't know if I like it. It's making some people that it's making us look crazy out here is what I'm trying to say.
I haven't seen any of this, so yeah, I don't know.
Good.
Yeah, I haven't seen none of that.
I'm just like, I like my Hennessy on the rocks, just on some ice, and like making it sweeter doesn't really do it for me, but I hear y'all. I feel y'all. Have fun out there.
Yeah.
Leonard Aarons also says, stay off my lawn with music to file lawsuits to.
You're not at home singing that Janice shut the fuck up?
It's still like it's in the back of my mind. I've listened to a couple of records and I'm just like, shut up.
Yeah, bro. When I first heard that Janice record, I was like, I don't know about this hook, Drake. The second time I heard it, I was like, oh, this is going to be everywhere. And so I'm not surprised. I keep seeing it on IG. People in their car singing it. Carmen Petrovich was just in her car singing it or something this week. I keep seeing it on all of the girls' Insta stories and stuff. And so, yeah, get ready, Leonard. You're saying that, but get ready. You're gonna hear it all summer. Meet, baby. Dun 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 dun. You might as well get ready. You about to hear it. You about to hear that auto tune hook all year.
Listen, I will say I haven't heard. I don't be listening to a lot of Drake, but I have watched a lot of videos with a lot of baddies that have Drake in the background. So the game is the game.
You're definitely about to hear it. Reach me, baby.
Listen, and Oakland, like you got an Oakland show and all that. They don't care about this, dog. When these day parties pop off and these Drake songs go, it's about to go, dog. No problem.
I already knew that though. That's why I was like, when people were doing all this, I was like, hey man, y'all, there's some people that are lying. When he come out and put some songs out, it's definitely gonna get played. I'm not trying to do that. Like y'all have y'all fun, but like Drake is gonna get played. Like
Absolutely. California still loves them, regardless of what Kendrick was saying. They just like Kendrick too. The homie T-Rap says, it's the God's B-Day. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Nick Grant song with Ransom and Sci-Hi is crazy. Action Bronson and Rock Marcy's artists. Errol Holden albums are tough also. Happy birthday to the homie T-Rab. I hope that it's an amazing one. Saturday birthday. You lucky. How old are you turning? Put it in the chat. I want to know if you're an old head too. Got to put you on the Summer Jam screen. Yeah, hip hop is at a great place. That's why when they keep being like, hip hop is down, hip hop is that, I'm like, y'all are talking about charts again, man, because like the real rappers are fucking rapping, my G.
Yeah. Highly recommend the Nick Grant album. But yeah, happy birthday, T-Rap.
Oh, the homegirl, Denise Salcedo, says it's a paid ad here. June 27th at Rooster T. Feathers Comedy Club in Sunnyvale is my next live show. Reg is the MC. Have a fun show. Yes, the 27th, the day before Forbidden Door in San Jose. Denise is going to have her third live show at Rooster T. Feathers. It's Sunnyvale. Sunnyvale and San Jose are friends and neighbors in the same kind of deal, same place, not far away from where you'll be staying and living. And I will be the MC for the show on the 27th, the night before, the day before Forbidden Door. So if you're in the area, definitely come check Denise out. She'll have some surprises. She'll have some people on stage joining her. I'm just going to be introducing people, doing my thing. It's my area, baby. So very excited about that. Shout out to my homegirl. You can get tickets now on her page or her link or wherever tickets are sold, and I hope to see y'all there.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Pull up this June 27th, a few days before your boy's birthday. I don't know if I'll make that trip to San Jose, but we'll see.
Listen, it's going to be fun at Forbidden Door. I'm very excited about those two back-to-back things. It's going to be hot in San Jose. Put on your shorts. I'm not putting on my shorts. Ben Twinblay says, normally they take the free play and give you chips to play. These fuckers made me play it all at once. It was robbery. That's how they get you, man. They get you to inside there. They give you a little pat on the shoulder like, we got you, but they don't got you. They do got
you want to bet the whole 25, right? Like, what do you mean? You want to doll it out? No. You betting the whole 25, right?
Play that 25 that we gave you.
Yeah. No. That's no. Dude, you think you about to hold on to that free play? No.
You're here. We got you. But I hope you had a good time. Beyond that. Deontay Soignier says, Willow, we love you. MJF, we hate you. Bald on the way, maybe. Probably not. Excited for Double or Nothing. My birthday is next Wednesday, so you know what that means. Also, happy birthday to the homie Deontay. I hope that you have a great one this Wednesday. You're probably going to be watching wrestling because you're a freak sicko like me. And I hope that it's a great one. A lot of birthdays happening. People are getting ready for things. There's diamond out. Do you have plans? What's going on?
Yeah. How about, before I even put this super chat up, how about Busby sent us this super chat last week, and I had no idea what he was talking about. I was like, oh, he's just talking about how much he doesn't like this Drake album. Then I went back to the timeline and saw him absolutely getting roasted.
Yeah, you mentioned that part, Busby.
And so essentially I was like, oh, now I get his super chat. He's like, no, I'm right about this. And the timeline was like, no, sir, you absolutely are not.
Yeah, I didn't make the connection initially, and then we were like in the group chat afterwards, like looking at stuff, and I'm like, damn, every Bay Area artist is like, you're wrong.
bro, you had Guap Dad like, nah, dog, speak for yourself.
Kamaya was like, nah, dog, not for me.
Sam, they had the community notes on your shit, bro. It was like, nah.
I said, nah, they got my homie Busby with the community note. Oh, man.
Oh.
Listen, Busby, dog, if you go against Aubrey's Angels, it's not, you can't slander this guy, man, because there's somebody somewhere that's going to be like, not me. And the Bay Guap Dad, big artist, Kamaya, big artist. They're like, Drake helped me out a lot, tremendously.
Bro said it was only two. There was only two Bay Area artists. Hey, dog, it was two pretty big artists, dog. Guap Dad was like, nah, he helped me out a lot. He's like, nah, he didn't know.
It was only two artists.
It was only two of them.
Brother, that is funny, man. Busby, great entertainment. Thank you.
God damn, man.
Busby, our homie, says Aubrey's album is still trash. In other news, y'all see the movie Obsession. Also saw I Love Boosters. That movie was something. Yeah, Busby, I went to on Thursday night the premiere, the Oakland premiere of I Love Boosters. Boots Riley, of course, is from Oakland. The movie was based in Oakland. So I saw it. And if you've seen the other, I don't know if anybody out there has seen Sorry to Bother You. It's another Boots Riley's movie.
Great movie.
at points it gets, you're like, well, what the hell's going on here? It's another movie that's just like that. You're like, oh, wait, what happened? This is crazy. A lot is going on. It's a Boots Riley specialty, but I had a lot of fun with it. Shout out to Keke Palmer. Lakeith is hella weird in it. Like a really fun movie, but like you're gonna have to suspend your disbelief, as they say. We are wrestling fans, so yeah. And this Obsession movie, Phil, I saw everybody on the timeline talking about it, but I don't know anything about it.
I haven't seen it. But yeah, I do plan to see I Love Boosters. Boots Riley is a great director. Also, hip hop legend, activist.
Absolutely.
Like,
yep.
What a guy. Yeah, I saw them trying to get Anthony Fantano out of here early in the week. And Fantano was like, hey, man, while I got your attention, hey, man, support Boots Riley and support his movie, since all you guys are coming for me. And I was like, yeah.
There's reasons to come for Fantano. This was not a reason to come for him. Like, I'm like, wait, no, this is one of the most valid things he's ever questioned, I think.
Yeah. People got mad at me because I was like, it seemed like a valid question. And then they all tried to jump on me for it. And I was like, y'all think that I actually care about this. And I'm not going to laugh at you. That's not going to work on me.
You kind of got caught in a couple of them Drake strays trying to comment on something. And people think that you're going to fight all of them this week off of that damn album, too.
No, people being like, oh, why are you a Drake hater? And I was like, me?
That was that one that you sent. I was like, hold on, Phil's a Drake hater since when?
Yeah, which, by the way...
You AEW fans, I'm like, wait, they're equating AEW fans and Kendrick?
Of course you would hate Drake. You're an AEW fan. It's like, I don't know how these two things correlate, but I guess. Yeah, which, by the way, that clip of Academics at dinner with him had to be one of the... I can't even get it out. It was one of the saddest and humorous things I've ever seen because I was like, why is it so romantic? Why is it candlelit?
It's all
like
dark.
What's going on? And he's like, wait, for me? And he like opened the box like fucking Pretty Woman or something. I was like, what is this,
like
man?
For me?
For me? He's
slow motion, open up the box and shit.
And Drake's like, yeah. Long overdue. I was like, what's going on? Like, you popping the question?
Yeah, nah. When I saw the video, it's all grainy. I'm like, why is this video grainy? I'm like, oh, because they're at a candlelit dinner for some reason. What the hell's happening?
Yeah, that was very funny, man. Ak has been having the time of his life since he got his OVO chain, which nobody should be surprised.
The stuff that keeps coming out about him and who's backing him, and I'm like, yo,
nobody should be surprised by that either. But it's so funny because he thought he was going to get Jeremy Heck out of here again. Another person that made a good point because he's like, hey, why don't you denounce all of this like White House stuff using your album cover and music? And Academics tried to come for Jeremy. He was like, oh, hey, well, since you want to do this, I got some receipts for you as well. And I was like, yeah, maybe leave Jeremy alone, man.
What was that response to that Academics? Like, why are you saying all this?
Yeah, I was like, I read it and was just like, yeah, this guy sucks.
Awful human being.
It was another tweet that I don't think I sent you. And I was like, ooh, this guy sucks. I don't want to get onto it on this podcast, but I saw it and I was like, ugh, this guy stinks.
Awful. The number one complex guy, they say, Phil, number one hip hop media man or whatever.
I hate that that's where we are.
They put that list out, and this guy Pretty Woman with the biggest rapper in the world, and like this is unbiased. Like, what is this? The homie Meat Norma says, have y'all tried Remy 1738? It's delicious. That's how I'm getting down for Double or Nothing. So many candidates for match of the night, and Stadium Stampede going to be a hot mess in the best way. I think I had a glass in Vegas this time at some point, and I liked it a lot, and I'd like to try some more.
Yeah, I've had it quite often here in Chicago. I know people that swear by it and they keep it in their house. So yeah, I've had a lot of 1738.
Black people are just so funny. I love them.
It's a brown liquor. It's yeah. I can't say that I've had it.
It's a brown liquor. You know how black people feel about that. It's delicious. Yeah. That's how we feel about it.
Yeah. That's all of our super chats for now. Appreciate you guys. We have one humper chat for Tony P. He says, my quickest humper ever on my way to New York City. Rest in peace to Rob Bass. Yes. Then he says, the good AEW this week, the bad WWE. We need tag teams. Really? Also a build so bad I forgot. Saturday Night Main Event was today.
It is?
/ what the fuck? It is. People really shocked white quarterback from Ole Miss supports Trump. And he says, fuck these corrupt fascists. Peace and love. Yeah, I was not surprised at all. I was not surprised at all. I wanted to tweet so bad. His name's Jackson Dart, guys. Like, who did y'all think? Y'all think he was supporting? His name is Jackson Dart. Like, I don't know what y'all thought based on like where this kid is from, like the school he went to. Who did y'all think he voted for?
Jackson with X's too, Phil. I'm like, anytime they got them X's in there, it's always a different kind of human being. And like the signs were all there. I don't know why everybody's going crazy. I'm like, it checks out for me. That makes sense. Shout out to New York. Everybody heading to New York today and tomorrow and to watch the show. I'm jealous.
Yeah, have a good time, Tony. Appreciate you as always for Humper Chats. Echoing what he said, rest in peace to Rob Bass, hip hop legend. Very sad news to see last night, but condolences to his family and friends. Of course, he still had been performing and touring, and so it's cool to still see him out and about. But that kind of came out of nowhere.
It did. Rest in peace to Rob Bass. Not a lot of rappers have a hit song, a gigantic, massive hit that lasts the last time and for 30 and 40 years. His song has been every year featured in a commercial, like a movie. They still, when white people want to rap a song, that's one of the songs that they rap. Didn't Stephanie and Triple H on their car karaoke thing do that song, and Triple H sounded absolutely horrible? Or was it It Takes Two? No, they did Bust a Move. That's a different song. But shout out to Rob Bass. Rest in peace. I was born in 86, and the earliest memories I have of hip hop is that gigantic song of I thought that hip hop, there's a couple records I think of as a kid that I was a hip hop is just the biggest mainstream music that there is, thinking of Rob Bass and Hammer and those type of things. And I thought that that's where hip hop existed because his record was so gigantic, and for him to still be performing and still be out and active. And the way I saw that Flavor Flav reacted to this and was talking about it, he still was he still meant something to a lot of the hip hop legends and what hip hop is. And who knows if we would have gotten to the places that we've gotten to without him having a massive hit and being at the forefront of hip hop for a little bit of time there. So rest in peace to Rob Bass. Condolences to his family. Condolences to hip hop losing another legend. It is crazy out here.
Yeah, It Takes Two is definitely one of those hip hop records where, like, if you don't know that song, what rock have you been under? Like, it's one of those hip hop songs that I feel like will be played forever. It's timeless. Yeah, and I mean, if you can get one of those in your career, man, not a lot of people got one of those, man.
A timeless hip hop record. People think that's an easy thing, but that's so hard, man. Like, how many artists from 2014 do you remember like that even had like one hit? Like, for you to last for my entire life having one gigantic song that you can tour off and still be something. And he had other music and other things, but like having one like that that's timeless. Like I said, I still watch movies that are 2026 and that song's in it, or commercials fucking for laundry detergent and you hear a song. Like, those type of songs are different. That's how I feel every time I hear Tribe Called Quest records. I'm like, they're going to be able to play these records until the end of time, I think.
Yeah. I was trying to find the card for Saturday Night Main Event while we were talking, because I was like, I don't even know what's on this card. It is tonight.
That's crazy. It's on Peacock still?
No. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. Saturday Night Main Event is on Peacock.
Yeah. I was like, where is it?
Yeah, but I've been watching basketball all week, guys. I haven't been paying attention to a lot of WWE. But yeah, Saturday Night Main Event will be coming to us live tonight. Got like a 5-match card. I guess I can run through it right quick because I was really like, what's on this card? Let's see, Penta will be facing Ethan Page for the Intercontinental Championship. Street Profits will be challenging Division for the World Tag Team Championship. I am very surprised the Division is still a thing. Every time I see them popping out somewhere, I'm just like, man, look what they did to my guys. Just end it, man.
This is not the Division, Phil.
End it.
Not the original Vision. I'm like, I think. Do you think it'll ever work for Austin Theory for reals? Like, is this a ceiling?
I don't know, man. I don't know. We've seen crazier things happen. We've seen people reinvent themselves and it clicked, but I don't know, man. I seen him do a little rollout for him and his girl. I was like, hey, man, it's cool. Rolled out his relation. They rolled out his relationship, man.
Them NXT based WWE wrestlers, they like that stuff now. They love a rollout. They love I got a tattoo of her name now, and it's like, y'all be for some sick rollouts, G.
Good for him. There's a 6-woman tag match. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss will be facing Jade Cargill, Michin, and B-Fab.
Okay.
And then women's tag titles are on the line. Paige and Brie Bella will be taking on Irresistible Forces, Last Legend, and Nia Jax.
That's not. If before you said that, you were like, name one match on this card or get shot in the head, I'd be the deadest person you ever heard. But hearing the card, I'm like, that's not that bad. Shout out to Ethan Page getting a big match, like coming, getting called up to the roster and getting a big shot like this. I think shows what Ethan Page is worth and why you just got to hand him a mic and let him do his thing. Him and Penta should be super fun. It's kind of a lot of black wrestlers on this, Phil. I was like, oh, Phil named a bunch of us on there. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, a lot of women's matches. I'm sorry, I left out Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruka is also on.
Oh, that's right. Another one.
Yeah, so
that should be fun.
A 5-match card for you guys. Some people were kind of on Sol Ruka's neck because she did the back and forth with Becky, and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be. You got to throw her into the deep water. Like, if you see something in Sol Ruka, put her in there with somebody like Becky Lynch, and she's gonna struggle in some of those right away because she's not really known as a talker. But you got to give her the chances. You got to give her the opportunities.
Absolutely, and like Becky Lynch is the best test. I mean, we've seen some of the best struggle in there with Becky Lynch because she's on a different level than everybody else when it comes to the mic. But that's exactly what you have to do: throw Soul into the deep end, see if she could compete. Because it's now, dog. You're out of development. Like, we need to see if you could go with Becky, because then next week we need to see if you could go with Charlotte, and then the week after that we need to see if you could go with Nia. And then, you know what I mean? Like, it's the time is now, as the homie John Cena once said, and seeing it up close and personal, her having a feud with Becky and getting to have the matches for, I don't know if does that card say for the Intercontinental Championship, because some of them said it is and then some of them said it isn't.
It says for the Intercontinental Championship on the website on WWE.com. Okay. So
there you
I'm
go.
assuming it's a title match.
That's what's up. Shout out to Soul getting a title match against the biggest in the damn division. Like, that means something.
Yeah, but see, Redmond is saying in the chat that Becky said it isn't. So I don't know if that's just her being a heel or I don't know.
Oh, they're doing one of those. Okay, it could just be Becky doing the Becky thing, and they're like, if you don't challenge this championship right now, then we're gonna strip you type deal. I hear it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we did get the news. Tony did bring it up in his Humper chat. We did get the news, unfortunately, that Willow Nightingale is injured. She is going to vacate the TBS title, and she will not be competing in this year's Owen Hart Cup, unfortunately. Yeah, that sucks because I think she was starting to really come on as TBS champion. I think that she had some momentum coming into the pay-per-view. And yeah, this was a really poor time for this to happen. They filmed the segment where she made the announcement in the locker room, and you could hear the crowd in the background very disappointed. I was kind of confused as to why they didn't do it in front of the crowd. Why didn't they do it in the ring?
Yep. That's a great question, Philip Lindsay, because that's the first thing that I thought too. I was like, oh, she's doing a super heartfelt promo about her vacating this championship. Why isn't it happening in the middle of the ring? Super unfortunate thing. On top of that momentum that you talked about going into the show, Phil, we know that Willow's a New York girl. Like, this is her home. Like, she was going to have a homecoming as the champion. She'd been looking and talking about this show for a while now. Like, it felt like she was going to have that big moment. And it didn't feel like there was a big, like, the championship reign, I think, was getting to where we needed to go with this comeback killer gimmick and finally having her active on these shows against these women and being able to really hold that championship. This is like the worst time that this could happen. I never really felt like she got that big win or big kind of moment that she can really sink her teeth in, the singular moment as champion. And I think it was coming. Like, this could have potentially happened this weekend or whatever. And then not being in the Owen, which we talked about it last week. Like, we thought that her and Athena could potentially be in the finals, and like, I wanted that super bad and what that could mean and where things could lead. So this just sucked, honestly. Like, I was enjoying, it felt like she won from Mercedes, and for a while they weren't really doing all that they should with her as TBS champion, but it's because she was also the tag champion, so it kind of worked out for her. But then they were finally starting to get to the real meat and bones of her being TBS champion, and it's taken away like this, especially when this division really needs those stars a part of it right now, Phil, to kind of lead whatever this division is. Just lost Tony Storm, and Mercedes is out, and we need those big stars that the fans know are big stars. So losing Willow right now, super unfortunate. Speedy recovery to her. I hope that this doesn't weigh too heavy on her, not being able to train, not being able to travel, not being able to do whatever she needs to do to stay in that right mental headspace. You guys know what I always talk about when these wrestlers go out injured, and how mentally going from traveling every week and being on the road and talking about your character to not doing any of that can weigh super heavy. So I hope Willow is good out there, and I hope to see her back really soon, Phil, because it's Willow, one of the best wrestlers in the entire company, and you can really feel us all kind of collectively being sad about it.
Yeah, very unfortunate. I was hoping It did. This seemed like the comeback killer thing she was doing was leading to a match with Mercedes. That's where I was
Hmm.
guessing this was going because who else was left?
Right.
And so yeah, I don't know how they're going to pivot from that moving forward if that was the plan. Um, and then you've got the Owen coming up. They've already changed the match for Double or Nothing. They switched it to Mina versus Athena, and
Hmm.
they made her replacement a wild card for now. But you've already got three women coming into this thing now. You have Persephone out for a little bit because of injury, and they're hoping she's going to be back in time. So Rhea is also injured, and so yeah, it's unfortunate because the bracket for the women looks awesome. So
Hmm.
it sucks that we haven't even got the tournament started yet, and and injuries are already a big issue already.
Super unfortunate. Bad timing. Sucks, but it could potentially lead to some really fun, great stuff because wild card field, there's only one for me. I didn't know how when they announced this tournament that they didn't announce the current reigning title holder of this damn tournament. Mercedes is the only one that could be the wild card, right? Is there any other way? Like, who else would you bring in to replace Willow? We need stars back on here. We have to start Mercedes's journey to whatever she's going to do at All In because she needs a big match on that show. So it's Mercedes, right?
Yeah, I feel like you need a big star in this tournament now. You don't have Tony. I feel like it kind of has to be Mercedes. Um, if it's not Mercedes, man, who could it be? Yeah, I've seen some other good suggestions that I just don't buy. Like I saw a lot of people saying put Deanna in, and Deanna was saying I'm 17-0 in Ring of Honor, and I was like, I don't believe they're going to put her in this tournament. That'd be
Nope.
nice, but I don't
Yep.
believe it.
I wish. I think she could be one on the
Um,
short list. Queen Amanada, I've seen people saying, and I think that's a pretty good one.
yeah, but you need like a big star that could conceivably win. Like when I think of all the people that people are saying, like Queen Aminata would be cool, but like you're not gonna put somebody like Anna Jay in there, for example. Like I like Anna Jay, but like you gotta put somebody in there that people are gonna be like, oh, this is a big splash, this is a big move, like because you're
Hmm.
taking Willow out of the field now. It's not like it's
Right.
just anybody. Like, um, yeah, man with beard, I would love to see Riho in it as well. I don't believe it's gonna be Riho though. I really think it's gonna be Mercedes.
It has to be Mercedes. It's the only way. Like you said, you need someone that can conceivably win the tournament, and we're gonna feel like, oh yeah, that's a welcome addition to this wild card in this roster. I mean,
Hmm.
the thing is, Mercedes. If it's Mercedes, it needs to be Mercedes. She doesn't have to win though. I don't think she has to come in and get the victory because I'm still Team Athena, and I'm also on like Team Persephone. Like Persephone's on that side too. Like maybe again we give this to somebody that could use a big push coming onto this roster. And I think Athena and Persephone represent that. So it isn't like Mercedes comes in and she automatically wins, but she definitely needs to come in and add that little extra prestige to this tournament, especially since she's kind of the defending Owen tournament winner, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing people in the chat. Mikey V saying that commentary said that the last few times it's going to be a new signing. I didn't hear that on commentary. Did you?
No, a new signing, huh? I didn't hear
Yeah,
this at all.
I didn't catch that. Um, maybe I just missed it, but uh, that could be exciting if it's somebody they have in mind, like Danny Luna or Charlie. Doesn't sound like Charlie is like in a rush to sign anywhere. So I don't know, man. I still think it's Mercedes
It's got to be
personally.
Mercedes. That's it. Yeah, I don't. Maybe they were talking about it could potentially be a new signing, but like it's got to be Mercedes. But when he said Danny Luna that second, I was like, wait a second, Danny Luna though. But yeah, again, you need somebody that fans think are gonna win to be in there, because just like adding a great wrestler in there would be awesome. But like if they're just gonna win in the first, lose in the first round and be out of there, what's it really gonna mean?
Yeah. Yeah, see, I thought that too, Jose. Like, if it was Mercedes, why did they take it off of the pay-per-view? But it is the it is
That's
it
the
is the
point.
week of, so maybe like that's a quick turnaround. I don't know.
And like less than the week of, if they like just found out on Wednesday or whatever, like we don't even know specifically when they found out, and like being like, you know what Mercedes takes to get to a match. Like she has to have the gear and she has to have like all the kind of pop and circumstance surrounding it, and who knows if 4 or 5 6 days is enough for her to turn that around, or we really just don't know the story. But it has to be Mercedes, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's some interesting options for new signings and within the next few months, but I don't think like I said, the most interesting signing right now is probably Danny Luna if they could get her. But
Agreed.
I don't know if you bring Danny Luna straight in and put her in this tournament, especially like with the field the way it is, because I mean, I still think there's a good chance Athena could win, but
Yeah. But damn, Danny Luna and Alex Windsor though.
that
You know what I
would
mean?
be a
Like I'm
great
thinking
match.
like in short term, I'm like, damn, that'll hit though.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of options, TBS Championship is now vacant.
Huh.
I've seen people throw around some names. I saw people say Marina, and I was like, they could put the title on Marina. They haven't done much with her since the Tony Storm feud, and unfortunately, Tony Storm has been off TV. I would be mad at that. I think you've got a lot of people there that could use the win. Queen Aminata could use it. I keep saying Red Velvet. Like, get Red Velvet off of Ring of Honor. What are you doing with her down there? Like, I wouldn't be mad at that. Mina kind of could use a big win. She's been overdue for a big win. They got a lot of options.
Yeah, I think those are some really great options. Marina is super interesting. You saw that clip of last night. Marina was it Warrior Wrestling? I think she was at. And the homie John Moxley joined her out there, and people went absolutely ham. I think, having that Death Riders push, Death Riders are always on TV. They're on Dynamite, they're on Collision, they're on Ring of Honor. Like, these boys are everywhere. Like, maybe she wouldn't be the worst option having her there. She had a lot of momentum with the Tony Storm stuff. It's not the same, but I think like having her as a kind of beat 'em up, kick-ass TBS champion wouldn't be the worst option in the world. I like the Queen Aminata stuff a lot that I've been hearing. I think her and Tekla still have a showdown, but like if she's over here being like, I'm the TBS champion and I want to eventually get to you, that could be a good story too. Athena, she wins this tournament and goes on to something happens and she gets to the TBS championship instead of winning the tournament. I don't really know. Have Athena on the damn show every week. You see how amazing she is. You saw with the match this week and the Ring of Honor match that she's like notches above like some of the men in this company, dude. Like, why wouldn't you have her? Why wouldn't you have a superstar wrestler featured on your product every week? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything else from that Warrior Wrestling show but Marina's entrance and
Not
Mox
one thing.
being behind her. And like the crowd is going crazy. And the whole time he's pointing at her like, yeah, right here. And he's flexing.
With the side hat on, it's so funny. He just keeps doing this.
he's like getting hyped and everything about it funny. Mox is hilarious to me, bro. Like,
he's so funny. He's such a pro wrestler at it. Like, just like the little words that he'll say, his little movements that he does while walking around. I'm like, he just can't stop being that.
just the idea of him coming in there. He's like, wait, looking at me. And Marina, she's the show. Marina, wait, 30 streamers. What are you doing? 30 streamers in the ring.
Why you looking at me is hella funny. Because you're a gigantic star, Mox, but he's still confused. He's like, why is everybody so excited for me? Marina's here. She has a match.
Hilarious, bro. That picture of him and all the other Death Riders at the big fight on Saturday. Marina's got like she's like dressed up. She's got like the like fancy shoes and a dress, and they all are like they're just like every day. It's just
Daniel Garcia looks like he's dressed to work at the cell phone store. So I'm like, what are these guys doing? These guys got some interesting outfits on.
It looks like they all like stay in the same apartment. And Marina came in, and they're like, "Oh, where are you going? You look nice." And she's like, "I'm going to the fight. I think I can get you guys in." And they just all got up, like they didn't try to change clothes, nothing. They were like, "Oh, well, I got plans tonight."
They're all in the living room playing video games, and they're just like, "All right, we'll just all go right now. You got to leave right now. We can't change into anything else. Oh, it's fine."
Oh, we're leaving now. Like tell Pac to bring the truck around. It's the same exact truck and everything. They all just jumped in the back of the pickup truck. Like,
oh my god! If you guys haven't seen this picture, please go find the picture because their fits are hilarious.
Hilarious. Yeah, people were mad about this fight too and trying to say it was rigged. And I was like, why did you guys think this was going to be a good fight? I could have told you from the beginning that this was going to be a big farce. This was a big cash grab. I don't know why anybody thought that this was going to be anything. Gina Carano has not fought in over a decade. I'm not an MMA guy, and I already knew, like, say what you will about Ronda. Ronda was dominant at a certain period for facing these kind of opponents. So I was like, oh, this isn't going to be a good fight. She's just going to beat her quickly. And that's exactly what happened. And people were like, whoa, this was rigged to make Ronda look good. No, Ronda in her heyday looked very good against an opponent like this that was not on her level.
This the sell being during the whole to the build up on the show of Gina Carano hasn't had a fight in 17 years. Every time they would say that, I'm like, this is not a good sell. You guys stop saying that. Like,
every time. And like, she dropped like 100 pounds for this fight and everything. I was like, yeah, she's going to get packed up. Like everything about this was like, this is not going to be a good fight, man. Like, I don't know why anybody got their hopes up.
And then they showed Ronda in the locker room, and they're trying to use this as like, oh, they were planning this in the locker room. Ronda showed exactly what she was going to do in the fight, and then she did it. And they're like, this is planned. I'm like, no, Ronda's a world-class fucking fighter, dude. Like, that's the move that she did 15 times in a row when she was an active fighter, and she got arm bars every time. This was going to be the easiest fight in the world. She still looks super fast. When they showed the locker room and she did that move, I was like, oh, this fight's going to be over in 13 seconds. And that's how long it took. It's like, there's nothing that Gina Carano had when she was active, when she was leading the setting the bar for what women's MMA was. There's nothing she ever had that was going to stop what Ronda was going to do. Like, there's nothing that she trained in the last 17 years that was going to stop what Ronda was going to do. And they thought, you thought that Ronda was going to potentially get knocked out or anything other than tapping this woman out
by Gina Carano.
Come on, you guys. What's she going to do? Stand up and bang because you guys are watching this on Netflix? No, dude. I'm about to stop this fight as fast as I can and collect my $15 million or whatever it is.
Yeah. To Gina Carano. You thought she was going to lose to Gina Carano, who hasn't been in a fight in over 10 years.
Come on, you guys.
Like, why would you think that? Like, this, I could just tell the way it looked. I was like, this feels a lot like that Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. This is not going to be a good fight, guys. Like, and I didn't even watch it. And so when I saw the reactions to it, I was like, I don't know what to tell you. That the clip of Punk, and they were talking to him, and he was like, yep, well, hey, man, shout out to my wife at home. I'll be there in about 20 minutes. And people thought it was jokes, but it's like, what did you think was going to happen?
When she was like, what do you think is gonna happen in this fight, Punk? He's like, I can't bet against Ronda. She's gonna take her down in armbar. It's like, everybody knows what this is gonna be, you guys. No one's surprised. That's Ronda's move, you guys. Like, the reason that she got beat eventually is because people figured that out and didn't let her and had to knock her out. But she was not about to let that happen with fucking Gina Carano. And we all still watched it, and there was a reason that this fight worked how it did, and Ronda had this on her checklist the entire time she was a fighter. Like, we have to put this fight together. It came way too late, but like, this Jake Paulification of boxing and fighting and mixed martial arts. This is why. Like, it's not something.
Yeah,
He's talking on the show, being like, "I'm gonna fight too." I'm like, what do you guys think this is?
this was this was a quick payday for both of them. That's all this was. And people being like, "Look how they're smiling. This is how you know they could." Yeah, I would be smiling too if I made $2 million off of less than a minute of work in this ring. Yeah, felt pretty good.
She's been smiling the whole time. What is she supposed to be, sad?
Ronda's coming in there like, I know I can beat this person. I'm gonna make $2 million and ride off into the sunset. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Gina's gonna make whatever she made. Like, I'm sure she made like $1 million off of this. She hasn't had any acting. She hasn't had anything else going. Yeah, I'm pretty happy for this payday.
And I didn't get my arm broken. Like, MMA is still real, you guys. You get in the ring with Ronda Rousey, and it'll be exactly the same. Like 95% of her fights went exactly like that. That's what's tripping me out of people being like, "This is fixed." I'm like, have you guys seen a Ronda Rousey fight? She has like 10 fights that went like 20 seconds. This is what she does. Silly.
Yeah, not shocked by the outcome of this at all. Yeah. I was not going to get fooled by the promotion for this fight, though. I already knew.
It worked. A bunch of people are watching on Netflix, Phil. Like, it did what they needed them to do.
Yeah, they're moving that big Tyson Mayweather fight, which is a big story because I guess there's another fight around that same time, and it's not going to work. Everything about what Mayweather's doing currently is very confusing because some of these fights he's taking, I'm just like, what are you doing? And then that report came out of like how much he owed in back child support, and then like the guy that scammed him, like he was saying somebody scammed him out of like $175 million, and I was like, oh, you need the money, that's why.
Yeah, when 2 weeks ago or something, they were like, he had like 3 fights set up, and I was like, why does he have 3 fights set up? He's supposed to have a rematch of Pacquiao. He's doing the Tyson thing. He's fighting some other guy somewhere else. I'm like, what's going on here? And then I saw that 175 million thing, and I was like, oh, that
story about that scam sounds crazy too. Like, he's something about like his jet, and like I was like, what?
It sounds like he was being taken advantage of. He's not the smartest guy in the world, we know, and he was signing his name on a bunch of stuff at random points because he was so rich and he thought that this was going to happen, and he was taken advantage of for a lot of money, and now he's trying to get back into the ring. He sees these fights, Phil. He's been a part of them. He's fought Conor McGregor and fucking Logan Paul and had these little bits and fights and things. Like, he knows exactly what these silly fights can make and maybe get him out of this debt. He's going to be like Bruno Mars at this point. He's going to have a fight on Netflix every month to pay it back.
Yeah, I was confused as to where you were going with that reference. I thought you were about to say he's locked out of heaven or something. I was about to say, I guess. I guess, yeah, Bruno Mars was just here. He's at Soldier Field.
That's how I was going to bring it back around. He's just like Bruno Mars, locked out of heaven. No, he's locked into a damn deal because he's fucking in debt.
Man, it always gets scary, though, when boxers start doing this, just doing the fights just to do them, because that's how people start taking some of these embarrassing losses, to getting in there and taking fights you shouldn't be in. And getting knocked out. Like, he should
never lose a fight again. If he loses any of these fights for any reason, Phil, it's so dumb. You know what I mean? Like, it's not worth his legacy to be out here.
Yeah. Yeah, AEW Double or Nothing coming to you this weekend as well. Sunday, May 24th at the Louis Armstrong Stadium in Queens, New York. Got Queens. A 12-match card, I believe. I think it's 12 matches. Yeah, 12-match card. Got fixtures on the pre-show that I didn't even know they were going to be here again. I was like, they're booked every time there's a pre-show.
Especially in New York, Phil. What did you expect?
Divine Dominion will be having a 5-minute tag eliminator match. They've been doing these on Collision. They just had one on Collision this week. They're going to be on the pre-show again. I get like the whole idea of this, but like maybe just have the tag champs on the main card. That'd be cool. Like give them like some challengers and have them on the main card.
I thought because the promo this week, I wasn't thinking about the 4-way women's title match when Sheeta was like, Chris Statlander and I are getting a title match this weekend. I thought they were getting tag team title match because it feels like they've been building up to that, but they're telling a different story. I'm like, well, just get a tag team for Divine Dominion to actually wrestle on the show instead of continuing this. Like, I'm not mad at this 5-minute challenge thing because it's brought on some women that I really like from the independents and stuff to get a shot on the show. But like, you got women on the show that you can team up at least to wrestle these ladies, but them being on the pay-per-view or the pre-show, wherever there is great. So, all right.
Yeah, they'll be taking on Zeta Steel and Viva Van. Zeta Steel
Yeah.
and Viva Van both just were on Supercard of Honor last weekend, and this weekend they're going to be on an AEW pay-per-view. Good for them.
Yeah, shout out to Viva Van, shout out to Zeta Steel. Keep getting these opportunities. I think it's dope.
Yeah. What I was referencing, Big Boom, AJ, and QT Marshall, affectionately dubbed Boom and Doom, will be teaming
affectionately dubbed.
We'll be teaming up with the conglomeration, Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, and Roderick Strong to take on the Shane Taylor Promotions in a 10-man tag match. Yeah, I'm assuming this is just going to be like the babyface pickup win. I don't think it's going to be anything to really write home about.
Hey, shout out to the homies in STP. They've been riding some good momentum coming off the Ring of Honor pay-per-view and them losing their 6-man tag team championships. They were on Collision. They're getting some shine here on this pre-show. Should be last time we saw a moment on the pre-show with STP and these guys, Shane Taylor was tossing down the Rizzler. So maybe we'll see another cool moment like that again. You never know.
It turned into a big flywheel moment for Shane Taylor. Yeah, could be another one. But yeah, Shane Taylor Promotions will be represented by Shane Taylor, of course, Anthony Ogogo, Captain Sean Dean, Carly Bravo, and the pure champion, Lee Moriarty.
Lee. Shout out to Lee, who's been incredible. That match at the Ring of Honor show was awesome. And I hope that they need to put this guy on in a singles match on TV, Dynamite or Collision, because he's been incredible.
Yes. To round out the 0 hour, would not be shocked if we get another 0 hour match announced tonight or tomorrow because I know how Tony Khan gets down. But to round it out, we got trios match. The Death Riders will be represented by Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia, and Wheeler Yuta. They'll be taking on the Ops, Anthony Bowens, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata. So far, so good. I've liked Anthony Bowens in the Ops. I was curious at first, like, I don't know how this really looks. This kind of feels like a hodgepodge group of guys, but like if you're making him a more serious wrestler and giving him something else to do, it has been long overdue.
Yeah, exactly. Like, same for me. At first, I was like, okay, I guess they're trying to connect the Anthony Bowens and Hook thing. But I think him standing next to Samoa Joe, anybody standing next to Samoa Joe, has helped tremendously. I think that he's been working a little bit more aggressive and just being along a couple of heavy hitters and shooters has helped him out tremendously. Promos have always been really good for Anthony Bowens. I think this is totally working out for him.
Yes. We also got the big announcement coming into this show that Mick Foley will be on hand to co-host the buy-in with Renee Paquette. Cool to see Mick still out and about doing wrestling stuff. Of course, people were like, yeah, of course he would run right over there. But no, Tony had made it clear that he would like to bring Mick in and do something with him. He talked about that again on the media call this week and how so far he's just in for stuff like this, non-wrestling capacity. But if he did want to wrestle, he could. I think it makes a ton of sense for him to be in the building for this show in particular, when Darby Allin's title run has felt a lot like something Mick Foley would have done in his career. Darby talked about how he was a fan of Mick Foley, so makes a lot of sense for him to be here.
We're all fans of Mick Foley. Like the Fed fans this week being like, get him out of the Hall of Fame. How could this guy cross the line? Like,
get him out of the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I saw people saying that. I'm like, are you guys okay?
What?
This is a
so
guy
we're just gonna erase what?
The president's still in the Hall of Fame too. Also, Phil, don't forget that.
What?
This guy was in ECW. This guy was in WCW. This guy has been in TNA. This guy has been in almost all the wrestling promotions that they are. He's not just a WWE guy. This didn't surprise me at all. I was super excited about that. I think Mick Foley's a great voice for the business, and him being back there to, because every time we see something crazy happen on the show, particularly like you're describing with Darby Allin, since the inception of this company, people are always comparing if it's a big bump or something crazy to Mick Foley. So now having Mick Foley as a consultant to be like, hey, what do you think? Should we do this dumb bump, or what's your input? I think it's going to be awesome beyond him being great as an on-screen character like this. Who wouldn't want Mick Foley back there to get all of his knowledge and just having a good guy back there?
Yeah. When I was saying earlier, I don't know how we got to this place where people are so detached from reality. I don't know how we got to this place where people are praising corporations and being mad at a person for standing on their beliefs and doing what they feel is right. And that's all Mick did. He could have easily kept taking money from them and doing the Legends deal with them, but he decided he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to be linked to Donald Trump, and so he made a decision.
Regardless, mad at him for this, that's crazy.
Regardless if you don't agree with him or if you don't agree with his political stance, like, he took a stand on something he believed in. What's wrong with that? And I don't know. People are very strange, man. And this is very much in line with what we know about Mick. Mick left Twitter because he didn't like how people were acting on Twitter. He didn't like the Elon Musk stuff. So he completely left Twitter.
Yeah. He's been standing on stuff like this for a long time. It's like no one's surprised. And like, I don't think this isn't like when Ronda was on Revolution and she's like, I'm really sticking this to WWE. I don't think this is a stick it to WWE moment for Mick Foley. This is like a help the wrestling business moment for Mick Foley.
Yeah, I mean, Mick is a legend, man. And he's not just a legend because of WWE. He's a pro wrestling legend, and he's one of the most recognizable names for some people in wrestling. Like, I sometimes think about that tweet where Chance was tweeting something and Mick responded to it, and he was like, hey, is that Mankind? Like, like Mick is the man. Like, yeah, come on.
Mick Foley, as I always say, I will continuously forever give it up to this guy. He had a 13-year-old righteous reg read a 500-page book when I was not trying to read no fucking books, and I will forever be grateful for Mick Foley for forcing us to get into books because he started writing them and having wrestling stories in them. So thank you for the knowledge, Mick Foley. I'm forever grateful to that guy, honestly.
Yes. On the main card, the first match announced for this show was Konosuke Takeshita versus Kazuchika Okada.
Oh, really?
Can't say I've been thrilled with this build to get here. And they've dragged this out for so long. I mean, we've been wanting this match since last year, and they've continued to drag it out. We're in May at this point, and we're finally getting it. And I thought they could have done more on TV to really hype up this match. And then we had the road bump of Okada needing to go back to Japan last week. And so I'm still excited for this match. I just wish the build was better.
I mean, this is two of the best wrestlers in the world, and like the match is going to be incredible regardless of the build, but like the build could have been so much more.
Yes.
Like, Phil, if you don't know the history of these guys and what this match represents for Takeshita and who Okada is and was and represents to Japanese wrestling and in this place and the true meaning behind this. AEW didn't do a great job of really explaining all that. Like, you have to kind of know yourself the history behind that to really get behind it. Like, we're excited about it because we know what's behind it. But on TV, they didn't really tell this story of why Takeshita wants to beat Okada so bad and why Okada's like, I got to stop this guy momentum and he's trying to take my spot and what all that represents. It's just like, this is Don Callis family fodder. And it's like, no, it's way more than that, though.
Yeah, you've had such a good build coming out of the Continental Classic, which, again, that was last year. That was 5 months ago. And you stretched this out. You had Takeshita in that feud with Mox in between now, and now you're back to it. And so, unfortunately, I don't think this is the end here. I do think there's a very good chance that Okada's going to cheat to win here, and we're going to get another match at the next pay-per-view, because something about this build tells me that this isn't it. This is going to end up being because this is technically their second match. Mm-hmm. We're going to get a third match.
And you think Okada's going to cheat to win in this match? Yeah, because I didn't, even with the build, even how we got here, I was like, it doesn't feel like the complete match that they're going to get to yet. Like, even in this, I'm like, this doesn't feel like the match. Like, it's going to be a fire match, but I do think there's a little bit more to it. And I thought Takeshita could potentially do it, but they're not telling the story of Takeshita doing it.
It doesn't feel like it. This doesn't feel like his big baby face moment. It doesn't feel like his big crowning moment that I want it to be.
Right.
And everything about this build tells me that this isn't it. Like, I do think he's going to leave the Don Callis family and officially turn babyface. But I don't think it's going to happen here. I think they're going to keep dragging this out.
Yeah, I don't think those two matches, those two moments are going to happen together. Like, I don't think he's going to turn and then win. I think he's going to turn and then win in the same match. I think he's going to turn and then there'll be time and then he'll win. So, yeah, I think Okada is going to come out with the victory today too, or tomorrow too.
Yeah, pretty much the same. FDR will be taking on Cage and Cope in a I Quit match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. If Cage and Cope lose, they must retire as a tag team. Obviously, I think CNC Wrestling Factory are going to pick up the win here. I don't see them putting this stipulation on this match and having them lose, especially when you've already teased other tag team matches for Christian and Cope. We're going to get to the Young Bucks match with them eventually.
Yes.
So I just can't see them putting a stipulation on the match and then just breaking them up before we get to any of that.
Stop with the stipulations, please. Thank you. I don't want to look into a match like this and be like, well, because of the stipulation it is, because that's exactly how I'm looking at this match. This match did not need, if we lose, we're going to break up as a tag team, because there's still tag team matches that we want to see Cage and Cope in. So why would anybody that's a fan of theirs want them to disband? I guess that's the draw of the match, but also not really, though, because, like, what is it? And, like, we've kind of predicted them to win these championships since they reunited them together. Like, oh, that's probably going to lead to a run for the tag team championships, because why wouldn't it? And they've been in the build up to this match teaming them up with the Young Bucks. They got them standing next to the Young Bucks. They keep doing those kind of looks at each other of like, we got to do this, it's going to happen, those little stare downs. Cope did do one of the worst of all time super kicks when he was attached to the Young Bucks, but that's not his fault. He's not a super kicker.
There's been 2 weeks of, like, the older guys doing a Young Bucks bit, putting on some Young Bucks gear and standing next to them, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know, man. It definitely has that look of Kurt Angle standing behind the Shield, flexing like, yeah.
Just a little out of place. Like, we're not mad about it.
Yeah.
We're good to see the legends with people that they inspired, but
yeah,
your own bit.
Yeah, I don't think it looked great. That super kick last week was not it, buddy. Was not it. But yeah, I don't mind the stipulation because story wise, it made sense for them to have to put something on the line here because from FDR's point of view, like, nah, why do we got to wrestle you again? We beat you and we beat you pretty decisively. Like, and we beat you guys twice. We don't need to keep wrestling you guys. You need to wrestle us. So why do we want this match? And so to give them the bragging rights of splitting them up and being able to say we were the tag team that shut the door on one of the greatest tag teams of all time, I think it makes a lot of sense.
It does. I guess I'm just stipulation fatigued because that's AEW thinks a big match like this, that's the only way to do it. Somebody, if you don't have a championship, you got to put something on the line. And like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, I do feel like it. To your point, it's an I Quit match, and it's the stipulation of if they lose, they can no longer be a tag team. Which, like I said, I don't mind. I think it fits the story they're telling, and I do think FDR is going to lose here, because I mean this run has been solid. I have enjoyed them a lot more as heels. I think Stokely with them has been great. But it's just so clear that they want to do the tag stuff with Christian and Cope. That's been clear for a while now. And you've got so many matches on the table for them. So it's clearly the direction we're going to go. And I do think that they're probably going to eventually drop them to the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks will probably be tag champions by the end of the year.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's where the Cope and Christian stuff is leading. But I expect this I Quit. FTR, Cope and Christian with time, an I Quit match. I'm sure there'll be blood. This should be pretty good.
Yeah, I think the match is going to be good. I really liked their last match, so I think this match is going to be good as well.
Yeah.
We've got the Stadium Stampede match, which is being billed as the biggest Stadium Stampede match so far. I was very confused at Fairway to Hell when Jack was like, hey, well, I'll join your team because Ricochet keeps sticking his nose in my business. But what if I bring some people to join me? Not just one person, but the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. And it's like, well, wait, he only needed 3 more members of his team. You brought 4. Like, well, I don't think we needed that many. But here we are.
That many.
So yeah, Jericho, the Hurt Syndicate, and the Elite will be facing the Demand and the Don Callis family. The build to this match has been kind of all over the place. When it was just the Jericho and Ricochet stuff, it made sense. It was kind of concise. And I wasn't the biggest fan of continuing the Jericho and Ricochet feud as it is. But now you've made it Don Callis stuff as well. And there isn't really a good reason for it to be Don Callis inclusion here. For some reason, Ricochet is back in the feud with Jack now as well. Like, it's just been kind of a mess. And
Ricochet and Don Callis are golf buddies for something. That's why they're connecting the dots. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, and the Jericho Buck stuff this week was just kind of like,
It felt the first year AEW, and like we are way beyond that.
Yeah, and I have been enjoying the Bucks as a tag team this year. I'm like, hey man, maybe do some more of those tag matches. I was having fun with that. Kenny Omega in his journey to be world champion again. Hey man, I liked all of that stuff, and we're putting all of these ingredients into this match, and it's like I don't know if all of this fits together. I know you think you can throw a bunch of stuff in a pot, but that don't make it a gumbo, man. I don't know.
Bucks were on a sick run, dude. They were having Rascals matches. Their collision matches were fire, and like they just stopped doing that for some reason to tell a different story. I'm like, wait, hold on. We need them in the tag division, though. I don't really understand what's happening here. I understand this. It's a Stadium Stampede, Phil. We've had fun in Stadium Stampedes. We know what they include. It's a big show. You want to get some big players on here, but like Kenny Omega kind of hidden away on
Yeah.
Like, regardless of what it is, Kenny Omega's hidden away in this match, Phil, and that's Kenny Omega. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, the build to this has been kind of a mess. And again, if it was just the Ricochet Jericho stuff that we started with, it's a pretty simple concept of Ricochet saying, "Hi, I beat you already. I'm going to beat you in your own match." Even though I don't know if a lot of people consider the Stadium Stampede match Jericho's match, but
Sure.
yeah, I mean that concept in itself worked, but I feel like the more and more you've added to it, it's become kind of a mess. But the match will probably be fun. The Stadium Stampede match is going to be wacky. They're always wacky, so I'm sure we're going to have fun with it. And I don't mind them going away from the Anarchy in Arena match because last year Anarchy in Arena was probably the best one so far. So taking a year off and coming back to that concept next year seems like a good idea. Yeah, I wish this build was not as all over the place, but here we are. I do think that Jericho's team is going to win, though, because all of this has always felt like Jericho eventually just getting his win back from Ricochet. And then just where Hurt Syndicate are, I don't see them being in this match. And then once you add the Elite into the mix as well, so you're going to add the Bucks and Kenny Omega on this team and have them lose, that just doesn't make sense.
Too many odds on that side that of people that I couldn't see getting pinned. Too much momentum on the babyface's side for this to go that way. If Jericho and Ricochet are in a promo on Wednesday's Dynamite, Phil, I'm going to scream. This better be it. No more. We cannot stretch this anymore. Jericho better move on.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is match number 3. Ricochet has already beat him twice. So this has to be the blow-off match, I would assume.
This is Jericho. You know, you never know. It might be 6 months from now. Like, damn, they still in a feud.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, again, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be a bunch of wacky shenanigans. Can't say it's the match I'm looking forward to the most on this show, though.
I mean, Ricochet and the Bucks and Kenny, we'll see something crazy happen, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll exceed expectations considering the build. But can I say that, like, coming into the show, like, man, can't wait for this Stadium Stampede match? Nah, can't say that. Sorry, guys.
I wouldn't say that.
We got a fatal 4-way for the AEW Women's World Championship. Tekla will be defending her title against Hikaru Shida, Jamie Hayter, and Chris Statlander. For my money, the Chris Statlander and Shida stuff has been some of the best stuff on TV recently. Jamie Hayter still has unfinished business with Tekla after the last pay-per-view. So this makes a ton of sense. Statlander, of course, does not like Tekla. They have had beef since Tekla came after her as champion. And, you know, Sheeta's just waiting in the wins to possibly turn on Statlander. So you have a whole bunch of combustible elements here. I think this is going to be a strong match. I'm glad that there are more than one women's match on this show. I do think they still should have possibly put the women's tag titles on this show as well, but can't have everything we want, I suppose.
Yeah, shout out to this 4-way. Sheeta's been doing an incredible job kind of being slotted in with us losing some other big stars and her getting promo time and kind of leading the women's division the last couple of weeks. I think it's super fun. Adding that story to the world title and what Tekla's doing, I think is super fun. This is Tekla's time, though, still. She's still one of the best on the promos. We're still building to something. There's still a big feud for her that's needed and a story that need to be told. As the women's world champion, maybe Mercedes is the thing. Wherever it's leading to, I think that she's going to be the heel on whatever side is what's happening. So I see her getting the victory in this 4-way tomorrow.
Yes. I think Sheeta is definitely going to cost Statlander this match and continue to build a divide between them. But I agree. I think Tekla is going to retain here. I'm not sure how much longer I feel Tekla's going to hold this belt because I don't know that I believe she's going to be still champion by All In. If Mercedes is not in the Owen, I would not be surprised if Mercedes beats her before All In.
Yeah, I could totally see Mercedes going into All In as champion. It's either as champion or going for the championship for Mercedes.
Jamie Hayter's another name we probably could have mentioned for the vacant TBS title.
Oh, true.
I still think she's due a world title reign that hasn't come yet. And I'm not sure when we get back to her as champion either. And I don't know. Obviously, her and Windsor are in the mix for the tag titles as well. So
that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm like, I think that Brawling Birds beating Divine Dominion could be a really good story somewhere along the line. So I could see him over there. But also, yeah, Jamie Hayter as TBS champion, fucking throwing them bows wouldn't be the worst idea either. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, wouldn't be a bad idea. But yeah, I think we're both in agreement that Tekla's going to retain here.
Big Tex.
Samoa Joe will be facing Will Ospreay in the first match of the men's Owen Hart quarterfinals. I thought the stuff this week was great. That promo this week on Collision was fire. I don't think Ospreay gets nearly enough credit as a talker because he was fantastic. He did a great job of summarizing the story up to this point and why he is the favorite to win this tournament. And if he's not winning this tournament, I don't know what the hell we're doing. Like, there's no way at this point he could not be winning this tournament. This is his year. When he mentioned last year and how he lost last year, going into this very pay-per-view, yeah, this is his year to win, I think. And like I said, that promo really crystallized it. And I've seen people say that his return to AEW has been a bit lackluster. I personally have liked the story with him and the Death Riders.
Me too.
Anytime Mox gets to tell you how much he likes Rocky 3, we can see it on television. But I think the thing that's going to end up working out in Ospreay's favor is this, that he can talk and he's going to get people hyped up.
Yeah, I thought that promo this week was tremendous. Like, the show as a whole, I don't think the build has been the greatest. So I think there's been a couple of, I wouldn't say missteps, but I think they've been kind of taking a minute to really get to what the beef is with everybody, or what the meaning is, or what everybody's kind of fighting for in this show. But I thought this week on Dynamite, they did a really good job in multiple matches of getting me excited about what's going to happen in this show. And Ospreay specifically really brought it home of, like, we all know kind of what this tournament is. We all kind of know where it's leading. Like, it feels telegraphed. Like, Ospreay's winning this tournament. We want him to be world champion. We want him to get to that place. So I like him coming on this week, addressing that. He addressed some of the haters online. People are like, well, his body, well, this, why is he working with the Death Riders? Why is he doing this? I like for him to bring all that to the forefront before we even get to the tournament of, like, here's my motivations. Here's everything you guys think I am. I'll address all this stuff because I'm going in this Sunday to beat Samoa Joe, and I'm going to become the AEW World Championship. Very pointed promo. Very he wants to be the face of this company, and he keeps doing promos like this to tell us and show us. Like, I was blown away, especially being across. Maybe that just Samoa Joe evokes that from these people, like being like, I have to match Samoa Joe's intensity, and I have to give him exactly what he's going to give me. I think that both of them been playing awesome. And at the end of it, Phil, we get to see Samoa Joe versus Will Ospreay tomorrow on pay-per-view. That shit's about to be fucking heat.
Yes. I think they have a very good chance of stealing the show. I think this is going to be a great match. Great way to open the Owen. But yeah, the Ospreay's winning here. Like,
yeah, come on.
I mean, he told you in the promo. Like, I'm not just like trying to carry this company on my back. I'm trying to carry an entire country on my back. I was this guy's winning, man.
The way that he's been moving since coming back. I like the Death Rider stuff too, Phil. I can see how some people could be turned off, but I think they're telling a really good story with it. Also, shout out to Will Ospreay and Ricochet. I saw for getting their moves in Virtua Fighter, which I think is fucking awesome. Seeing the hidden blade in there is sick.
Yeah, really cool. Speaking of the Owen, our second quarterfinal match will be Bandido versus Swerve Strickland. And we had the controversy coming into this of Swerve's online comment, and then that leading to the promo he cut online and showing up on Ring of Honor. I thought that the stuff that they filmed on Supercard of Honor was really good. The stuff this week, I wasn't really the biggest fan of. To be completely honest with you, I didn't think this was a good go home show. I thought that it was. Very.
They sold us a couple of stories, but a couple of them they were all over the place.
Yeah, this was a very long show. 3 hours is just rough. And then in that 3 hours, I just didn't understand like some of the placement of the matches and some of the pacing. I thought it would have made more sense. You've had Swerve saying on the internet, hey, they don't want to put me on the show because they're worried about what I'm going to do. They're trying to censor me. Why did he cut a promo on the show? Wouldn't it make more sense of him to come out and say something to the crowd? And I was very confused by that. I was like, why didn't he cut a promo? Then you did like this whole fight segment, and I was like, I guess you're... Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of this go home show, but I do think this match is going to be fire. It's Bandido, it's Swerve. This is going to hit. Like I said, it's been a rocky road to get here, but I do think like this is a great matchup for the Owen. Based on some of the stuff that Ospreay said in his promo, I was like, oh yeah, we're probably getting Swerve versus Ospreay in the finals. I cannot wait. Forbidden Door rematch, and just the places that both of these characters are at the moment, it makes total sense. Total sense for them to collide again. Very much here for that. And like I said, again, it's Bandido versus Swerve. I think this is going to end up being match of the night, personally. I just, based on, again, it's Bandido. Like, Bandido always delivers.
It's hard to bet against Bandido. He just did it last night in Arena Mexico in front of 16,000, a banger. If there's a match, a big show, and he's on it, it's legit hard to bet against him at this point. And he's going to be standing across from Swerve, who has a different kind of motivation right now, is moving like somebody who wants to win this fucking tournament. Like, this match is going to be incredible. Unfortunately, only thing people are talking about from the go home segment that these guys did was the homie Prince Nana, who had a unfortunate wardrobe malfunction there on TV. So I was like, damn, this match is way too good for that to be the surrounding thing. Like this is going to be one of the best matches probably of the year with Swerve and Bandido. And all y'all are talking about is Prince Nana's ass. It's crazy. But yeah, the main event, the finals of this tournament, when I saw it, just the names, I was like, oh, Swerve and Ospreay. That's how you know, they're on either sides of the brackets. Like, that's the way. Ospreay getting a victory over Swerve on his way to becoming world champion just makes a lot of sense. And telling that story just makes the most sense out of this tournament. So I think that Swerve is going to get the victory here against Bandido. But like Phil's saying, match of the night. And like Bandido needs a big victory here eventually, but I don't think tomorrow is going to be it.
It kind of sounds crazy considering the caliber of star Swerve is at this point, but I actually think Swerve needs this win a lot more. The booking of Swerve this year has been a real mixed bag. He's had matches this year that I really liked. He had the Andrade match. He had the Brody match. He's had good matches, but
Kenny.
Yeah, he's had the Kenny match, of course. But he's kind of felt directionless since World's End. Like, obviously, he still wants to be world champion, and he's been cutting these promos now where he's like, what do I want more than anything? I want power. And it's just like, okay, well, what's the direction for this guy? It kind of felt like, and the time he's been off TV, it's been kind of unclear why. I know they're trying to sell the loss to Kenny Omega, but based on where he was and like doing his big return right before World's End, sorry. Yeah, he hasn't been booked well this year.
It's been like he's had good matches and been put in big matches, but like direct, like you're saying, it's been kind of like just moving through as another guy. And I think that he got into a point where he wasn't just another guy. He got into that top guy status. You still hear it every time that he comes out, every time that he's on TV. It still feels like we know Swerve's a guy. We want him to have a big moment, but it doesn't feel like it's being reflected in the booking. A lot of people we'll get to the main event, but like a lot of people have been getting lost in the Max stuff. And I think like Swerve and Hangman particularly, I'm like, I don't know. It feels like they have had the most shit coming out of Max being world champion. And I don't know why, because they both had a lot of momentum last year. And if that momentum hasn't continued this year.
I don't think it's good. And again, this is coming as somebody that personally enjoys the Death Rider stuff. I don't think it's good that the finale of All In was supposed to mint Hangman moving forward. And it was supposed to be comeuppance for Mox and the Death Riders. The Death Riders are currently on TV possibly more than they were last year.
Yeah.
And Mox is still a champion. And meanwhile, Hangman is not on TV. Hangman is not better off. And even when you look at Swerve and all of the other people that helped Hangman to get up to that spot to beat him, they're not in a better spot.
The Death Riders are in a better spot, but not anybody else. That's kind of crazy. I hear you.
Yeah, and I mean it's understandable why Ospreay isn't, because Ospreay had to go away and get surgery and come back. But like the booking of Hangman and Swerve coming into this year has been really bizarre. I still just don't get the stipulation thing, and I know people are gonna do the we'll just give it time. I still think that was a mistake, and yes. I think it's just telling here, like I said, bro, Mox and the Death Riders are on TV constantly. And again, I don't dislike that, but like Hangman is arguably worse off, and that's not where you should be with a guy that had this crowning moment last year, that had like arguably the biggest win of his career.
I mean, maybe the match of the year last year was at Double or Nothing with Hangman and Ospreay, and that match with Mox, like he had a lot of momentum. He should be top guy status. And I don't even see him when I'm thinking about the rest of the world title for the year. I don't even have him factored in anything.
No, it's like where do you go from here with Hangman? I don't know the answer to that. And Darby is in a better spot, obviously, because Darby's champion, and that played out well, but I just don't know where you're going to go from here with Hangman. I'm very concerned about that. I'm very concerned that we haven't seen him at all. I don't think that's a good sign.
We haven't seen him. They haven't mentioned him on commentary. There hasn't been no packages saying that he's coming back. Nothing. He's been just ghost. And like, this is supposed to be a top star, you guys. A champion into the future of the company. Like, what's up? There's been some interesting signs. We talked about it off pod, Phil, a little bit, and won't get fully into it. But there's been some interesting Hangman. If you look at Hangman's career in AEW, there's been some interesting, like, oh, okay, that's weird. I'm still like, who would even agree to that stipulation? Like, how did he get to a place where they were like, yeah, let's do that? It's like crazy to me still.
Yeah, I still think that stipulation was a big mistake.
Everybody, like on the way up, Phil, everybody's like, yeah, let's do it. Like, how?
Yeah. Which, speaking of Moxley and Death Riders, John Moxley will be defending the Continental Championship against Kyle O'Reilly in a match with no time limit. Of course, the story here is Kyle O'Reilly has had Mox's number up to this point. He's tapped him out twice, and he nearly beat him again this week. And Moxley escaped at the last minute, survived via time limit draw. And so Kyle O'Reilly's like, no. I want my rematch. I can beat you. And so I want to face you again with no time limit draw. I have no doubt this match is going to be good.
Yeah.
I am concerned, though, because, again, I like Mox and I like the Death Rider stuff. But if Kyle O'Reilly just loses here, I don't think that it looks good because it's going to look like Mox is just beating all of the guys that beat him, and he's just getting
all his wins
his
back.
win back over all of them. So it's like, what does it really do for any of those guys? Like, and Kyle O'Reilly's a guy that I was excited to see him come back because of the Mox feud. And it's like, especially when Mox won a Continental Championship, I was like, oh, we're gonna get that big rematch, and we're gonna move forward with some of this. So I'm a bit concerned with the outcome. I want to believe that Kyle's going to win. I'm not so sure.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure at all that he's going to win, honestly. How did you feel about the match this week? I think their placement on the show might have been the most egregious of all the placements of the show. But when I was talking about pacing after the show was over, I was why did they put that match in that particular place? Like, that was like I might have put that match on first for what I would try to get over, but I know that's doing a little too much.
There were a lot of matches that were, you knew that they were predictable because you set them up as precursors for matches that were already on the card or stuff that I felt like was going to end up on the card. And so when I saw this was here, I was like, okay, well, we already have a Darby title match. There's no way Darby loses the title before Double or Nothing. You had a tag title match as well on Collision. There was no way FDR was losing. And then you have this match here as well. And it was like there were so many matches like this on a 3-hour show where it was just like, okay, I don't think Mox is going to lose here because obviously they're trying to go somewhere with this. And so there were so many matches where it felt like we were just going through the paces with it. And then you put this here and it got a lot of time and it was just like, okay.
They did a draw.
And it ended up being a draw and you're just going to do the match again on the pay-per-view in 4 days? Why?
Yeah. That's what I was like, wait, I'm on team. You can use a match to build to a match, but not this way. Like they use Max the main event of Max and Darby used a match to get to the match, but that match was 20 seconds or however long it was, and it served a different purpose.
And that was a month ago.
Right. They just, Mox and Kyle just went out there and had a 20-minute match like you think they would have, and they're going to do it again at the pay-per-view. It's like, wait, hold on. What?
Yeah, I think if they did this match like last week and it wasn't on the go-home show, I would have felt different about it. But putting it here and it was just like, yeah, well, it's a time limit draw. We're going to have a match next in a few days. And it's like, I guess.
And like you said, if Kyle doesn't beat him, it's going to look even more egregious. It's going to be like, well, what? Like they're trying to do like the Super Mox thing and like, no, you can't.
I think Kyle is going to win. I am not. I'm not confident in that pick though. But I do think that that's the right move is for Kyle to win.
It is. With the story that they're telling, it makes more sense for Kyle to win. But with the story that they're telling, I think that Mox is going to win.
I don't.
Because Mox is on this redemption tour of like everybody that kind of wronged me, I'm getting back at it. But like why is this the story even?
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of like, yeah, it kind of feels like Moxley's gonna win, and I don't know. Kyle is also a 1/3 of the trios champions as well,
Oh God.
and of course, there's no trios match on this card. We haven't seen any trios matches, but that does have that look to it. Like this is Kyle's gonna lose.
Could you also stop with the champion? The champions are only one that get title matches. They already have championships, and also like I think even beyond that, like have the trios champions on here if they're the trios champ. Like if you are gonna have them represented, that's what always gets caught up in it. It's like when Willow was the champ. It's like, well, then you're trying to do two things at once, or you're trying to do one thing twice essentially when you could be doing two things. You know.
Yeah, you're building to do things poorly instead of doing one thing well.
Yes, exactly.
And they've made that mistake quite a few times, and I wish they would stop making this very same mistake.
They just keep doing it.
And I was already a bit concerned when the Dogs lost the way that they did at the last pay-per-view, and I was like, okay, if you're gonna like give them a run with this and do something with conglomeration, and we're not so far.
I'm like, they could care about these championships. Like they could put this shit on the Rascals next week and have them do the Rascals match every week as the trios champions, and it'll rock. But it doesn't look like that's what they're doing.
Yes. Athena versus Mina Shirakawa is our first women's Owen Hart Cup quarterfinals match. Of course, this is taking the spot that was going to be Persephone versus Willow Nightingale. I don't know how this is going to go. This is like one of the least predictable matches on this show for me because I thought Athena was going to lose the title as Supercard of Honor, and I thought that was going to set up Athena to come into this tournament as a house on fire with a purpose, trying to win this tournament and become Women's World Champion. I'm not as sure now that Athena is going to win this tournament. She was my pick to win coming into this tournament when I saw the bracket. And then Supercard of Honor happened, and I was just like, I'm not as sure anymore. I think that Mina could use a big win. I'm just not sure if you do it here. I don't know if it makes sense for her to beat Athena and she's still Ring of Honor champion, because then what? What are you going to do with that? Especially if Mina just goes to the next round and loses.
Yep, that Ring of Honor title is screwing things up, Phil. She's long overdue to transition to the main roster full time and have somebody defeat her for that Ring of Honor world title, and it hasn't happened. And that is also weighing in the back of my mind of like, why would they're going to have that to lean on when she loses at this point of like, well, she's a Ring of Honor champion. What did you guys expect? And I just wanted that to not be a factor in this. I wanted her to have nothing, to be free, to be able to go and do whatever she needs to do. But it's not looking like that. Losing Willow too, Phil, I think plays a role in it. I'm like, I just don't know what the stories that I thought they were going to tell in this tournament. It looks like they're going to tell different stories. And I don't know if Athena is going to benefit from them changing the course.
Yes. And actually, I had it mixed up. Sorry. It was supposed to be Willow versus Alex Windsor. Persephone's facing Kazuki in the first round. Yeah, and I'm just like, let me get the bracket in front of me first before I say this. Because if I'm just looking at the way this matches up, I think it makes more sense for Athena to move on to the next round because the winner of this match will face the winner of Sky Blue and Suri. So I'd have to assume Suri is winning that match. And yes, Suri versus Mina would be a strong match, but I think Athena versus Suri makes a lot more sense.
It does. Feels like a stronger match for me, and kind of the story that Athena's been telling for a while of who she wants to be. She's American Joshi. Like all of that makes a lot of sense for her to move on. But then like Mina and Sari is also not the worst idea. So that's why I'm like, and I think they might be telling a story with the way that Mina's kind of been involved with Stat and Sheeta and all that. I'm like, they could potentially use this as a vehicle for Mina too. So
it could go either way.
Crossroads.
It could go either way. I'm gonna pick Athena to win though.
Athena needs to win. I still want her to win the tournament, and I think her and Sari is a
nuts.
stronger match. But let's go with Athena. She needs it.
Yeah, say Athena needs to win sounds nuts when she's been champion for almost 4 years, but I'm just so confused as to why she didn't drop the title. I don't want to get back into that after we talked about it last week, but yeah, the only way I see this going is if we are heading towards Athena making it all the way to the finals, because last year Athena lost to Mercedes in the first round, and Mercedes went on to win the entire tournament. So that was kind of understandable. But like losing to Mina in the first round is different because I don't think Mina is going to win this whole tournament.
Damn, see, this is why Athena needs to win. Look, the story is written right there in what you said, Phil. Have Mercedes be the wild card. She's on the other side. The finals will be Mercedes and Athena. Athena lost in the first round. That's the story. Can she beat Mercedes in the finals? Yes, she can. She wins the tournament, but I don't think that's the story that they're going to tell.
That's what I thought it was going to be heading into this tournament because, again, Athena was my pick to win the whole thing. I'm not as certain about that now, and I do think Mercedes is going to be the wild card. I do think if she is the wild card, they would not put her in this tournament to lose. If she's the wild card, I think there's a very good chance that we are looking at a Mercedes repeat.
I mean, the greatest of all time. I can't be mad at another Mercedes thing, but like Athena, if Athena gets to the finals, they have a banger to end it, I'll be satisfied with that.
I mean, yeah, if the finals of this tournament is Athena versus Mercedes at Forbidden Door, and we get the rematch from that Dynamite match, which was fantastic, and they get more time, I would love that. But there's still so many
Forbidden Doors in San Jose, so like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, there's still so many question marks around Athena, and hey, maybe it won't be Mercedes that's the wild card. Maybe I'm wrong, but who else is gonna be? Really, especially with the matchups that you have. Like, I mean, listen. If you're going to tease us with potentially Mercedes versus Persephone in the second round, or Mercedes versus Suzuki in the second round, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So I guess we're both in agreement on Athena?
Yes. I can't believe I'm reluctantly saying yes.
Go once.
It should be an easy win for Athena and moving on, but like they haven't, like, I don't feel confident. I want her to be on the main roster, but I don't feel super confident that they'll do right by her if she's up there. So I don't know, but I'm picking Athena. I can't go against her.
Yeah. I want Mina to get a big win. I just don't think it's going to be here. Because I don't think she's going to win the entire tournament.
Yeah, me neither.
Like I don't know if I believe they give her that kind of win over Athena in the first round, and she's just going to go to the next round and potentially lose to Sari. Like unless the finals are going to be Mina versus whoever makes it. Like if the finals are going to be like Mina versus Mercedes, maybe. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't be mad at that either. I wouldn't be mad at, because that is a big rematch. Mina has been chasing this Mercedes win for years at this point, like all the way back to her time with Stardom. She's been chasing this win. But I think to get that far with it, and then Mercedes just wins again. I'm not the biggest fan of that. But
now I'm trying to think of that moment. Like who would Mercedes beating to win the second tournament again not end with like Mercedes won again? Like how do you get like that? How do you get the more longevity out? Who's getting a victory over mean more for Mercedes?
Well, unfortunately, if Mercedes does enter this tournament and win a second time, some people are not going to be happy with it. A good amount of people are not going to be happy with her winning a second time. Right. The creative control people are going to be like, oh, here she go again, booking herself to win again. And yeah, it's going to add more credence to this belief that the company doesn't book any women well other than Tony and Mercedes.
And it's going to be really funny, Phil, because she wasn't even supposed to be in the tournament.
Yes. But again, maybe Mercedes is not the wild card, but I'm basing my prediction on the thought that it's probably going to be Mercedes that's the wild card.
I mean, because who's the I like to call them break in case of emergency wrestlers that they have. Like Mox is a break in case of emergency wrestler. Like, we had a panic. Who could we do? I think Mercedes is the only one on the women's side that you can do that with, right? I mean, of like
their breaking in case of emergency wrestler is gone. It was Tony.
It was Tony. Yep. Isn't she 4-time women's champion? Like 4-time, like Mox is 4-time champion. It's like anytime they need that break in case of emergency, call them.
Yeah. No. Mercedes is the second emergency contact.
She number 2 on speed dial. Call Mercedes.
I am. I'm almost sure it's going to be Mercedes. That's the wild card. I don't know because you'd have to give me a convincing reason why it would be somebody else. If you think they're going to drop DMD code in this tournament, buddy, oh my God, boy, do I have some news for you. I don't think that's happening, guys.
You talk about something that would make me laugh and laugh and laugh if it did happen, though. Like Phil saying, dropping her in cold. People want that, Phil. They want her to just come in. No, they wanted her to come in for the Willow thing. I'm like, they're not gonna drop her in like nothing, you guys.
Bro, if I'm sitting in front of my TV in a few days and Alex Winter is standing in that ring and we get, duh, we'll see you now. I'm gonna be like, wait a minute. We got to have a conversation. Whoever's booking this, what are we doing? Like, where are we right now? Like, what?
We'll have to get to a wild place for that to happen, I think. Like, because, like, anything has pointed to that, but, like, we still don't know anything about her, but, I don't see it.
No. Because, I mean, and I think the main reason that I think it's going to be Mercedes is because, obviously, to get out of this Owen and get to All In, you need something on par with what you're doing with Ospreay. Yep. You need the big match. You need the big Wembley match. And for the women, it's going to be a Mercedes match. Either Mercedes is going to be champion or she's going to be the challenger.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the biggest women match of that show is Mercedes for sure.
Yes, and I just don't know what the match is going to be. I assumed because Athena was in the tournament that maybe it was going to be Mercedes Athena. But based on the results of Supercard of Honor, that changed a lot of my thoughts because I was like, this is it. She's finally going to move up to the main show. I don't know when she's moving up to the main show, guys. I just don't know anymore. And I've kept trying to guess and go, it's going to happen here. It's going to happen. I just don't know when it's going to happen at this point.
I keep being like, and I've been trying to convince myself for like 2 years at this point, Phil, that it's better for Ring of Honor. I'm like, oh, it's fine. At least Ring of Honor still have her, but she's not even on that show half the time because she's a big superstar and they don't want anybody to get victories over. And they don't want, like, I hate where this championship has landed. The reason that nobody has beat her on Ring of Honor because she's made it so prestigious. But like, it's just like when Roman had the belt. It's like, now they think nobody can beat anybody for it. And now it has to be this prestigious thing where nobody, but like, it's a fucking championship. And if the best wrestlers in the world wrestles each other, somebody else is going to eventually beat her. There's no way that she's going to go 10 years of being the most incredible, unbeatable champion. No, eventually she's going to run into somebody new, somebody fast, somebody that has her somebody that has her figured it out. She has to lose at one point.
Yes. And, you know, I'm seeing people say in our chat that it should be Mercedes as champion to go in All In. I would agree with that. I think it makes more sense for her to go in as champion. But also, she's been chasing a world title all this time. And, like, the story of her trying to go to Wembley and have her big win at Wembley, it is a moment. It is a big story. And the other thing is, Tekla's the champion. The person that eventually beats Tekla should be a babyface. The way that Tekla has been beating everybody, the way that she has been champion, a babyface should beat her. Mercedes ain't a babyface. And that's why I'm like, I don't know. And like I said, if based on the way this looks, I don't think it'll be Tekla as champion at All In. I don't know who's going to beat her before All In, but I don't think she'll be champion. And I do think that Mercedes will be walking into All In as a challenger. That's just my assumption at this moment.
Wonder what's the diagnosis on Willow and how long she'll be out, because like where does she factor in too? Like there's a couple of things that like, because I'm right with you on the babyface thing, and it's like, damn, who will be the babyface? Even for like Mercedes, there's a couple of like who could be on that side that I don't think are totally fleshed out. You know what I mean? So
I mean, if you wanted to throw a curveball and if you wanted to have a babyface beater, and it would be a moment going into All In, and you just wanted to take a shot at the dark, put the belt on Jamie. Have Jamie win tomorrow night. Yep. Jamie walking into All In as champion with Mercedes challenging her would not be a bad idea.
And didn't she returned at the 2 years ago All In, didn't she? At Wembley?
Yeah, that was the Saraya stare off thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be the worst idea, having Jamie Hayter go in as champion.
If you just want to take a swing and do something different, I would not be mad at all at Jamie winning tomorrow night. I think that would be great for Jamie, and the idea of Jamie walking into All In as champion could be cool.
And a match against Mercedes, that shit would hit hard too in that big moment.
Yeah. Their Owen match last year was incredible, so I'd be here for a rematch.
They should factor Jamie Hayter in there somewhere, though. But yeah, this is some curveballs have been thrown to get to where we are, and it's going to be interesting to see how they land it.
Yeah. My hunch though is they're still grooming Brawling Birds to be the ones that beat Divine Dominion. And so I don't think Jamie's going to win tomorrow. I do think Tekla's going to retain. And I think this is a good way to get Athena on a pay-per-view at least. And I am tentatively assuming that Mercedes is going to be in this tournament and Athena's going to win here. Where is Nyla Rose? That's another one that could be in the mix for the TBS championship.
She's wrestling. I see her outside. I see her taking bookings. She's active. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Yes, that's the other thing. Redman is saying just bring Mercedes back as a babyface. But you filmed this whole vignette before she went away where she's like, I'm going to get revenge on all of you when I come back. They did a whole conga line on her grave before she went away. She's not coming back in no babyface, bro. She's coming back as a heel.
I think she can. We're going to get there eventually, but she can't come back as a babyface. We have to. She has to come back and tell a story to get people to that. Like, I don't think it's an immediate thing. I think it is a thing, but it's going to take some time for getting the fans, especially the way how some fans talk about her and interact with her. It's going to take a different character development to get people on immediately.
Yeah. The main event, Darby Allin will be defending his championship against Maxwell Jacob Freeman in a title versus hair match for the AEW World Championship. Um, we talked about it like 2 weeks ago, and the announcement of the stipulation was a bit anticlimactic for me. I think they've done a good job of filling the gaps between then, and I think it's just because Darby has been such a great champ. I was also a bit worried coming out of the last pay-per-view when it felt like Darby was going to win, because I was like, oh, this is going to be great for Darby. They're doing something cool here, but I don't love the idea of putting the belt right back on Max. I think they've done a fantastic job of telling the story between uh, Dynasty and this pay-per-view. Darby has been an incredible champion. The TV matches have been really, really great. I know he came on last week and was like, I don't care about legacy, but I think this is going to go down as a really special title run. Just the matches he's having, the character work he's been able to do, as well as the matches, and it really feels like he put everything into this. And I think because of that, a lot of fans are going to look back on this really fondly.
Yeah, I'm like, I heard Darby too. Like, I know you. It's not about legacy, and you're at a different motivation, but you're really helping your legacy with this amazing title run and these amazing matches that you've been putting on. The sense of urgency, one of my favorite things in pro wrestling. I think that this reign has just been that, Phil. It's urgency in Darby, it's urgency in his opponents, urgency in Max. It's an urgency just surrounding the world title, and I love that. I love that around every corner. Darby Allin walks, somebody's like, give me a title shot, and he's like, all right, let's go right now. Like, just everything about it feels so different and unique to him, and all the matches have been completely different. I thought the match with Speedball was awesome. The story of Darby's dead, you guys. He's had some amazing matches that have physically drained him. We've seen his health meter go down every single week. These guys have been dragging him. Speedball, there was one roundhouse in the match that I was like, oh, he's dead. Oh, that's cool. Oh, nice knowing you, Darby. This match is over. Like, a couple of them kicks were dangerous. And Darby just like showing that physical fatigue and showing that he's a little bit slower than when he started this title match, but he's still nuts and he'll still do anything to beat this, to win, to keep this championship. And Max now thinks that he's got the drop on Darby for real. He's had all these grueling ass championship matches. He's been through all this. I haven't been wrestling. I just been kicking it. I've been in my suit. I've been having fun, chilling, preparing for his match in a completely different way. Phil, weeks I've been saying when Darby won, I was like, oh, this is just a vehicle to get back to Max. At this point in time, I'm picking Darby Allin to win this match, you guys. Like, I think everything that they've told, the story that they've told, initially with the ball thing, I was like, shut up. That's a stupid ass stipulation. But it actually might work more for Max if he loses this fucking match. And the story of he thinks Darby's too dead to win. There's fatigue. There's all this. That's how Darby tricks him. That's how he comes out in the end. That's how he rolls him up. That's how he does something to catch Max off guard and win this match, Phil. I have not been on this side at all until what happened on this week. I thought Darby had a great promo. Like, I think he might win this. I could be completely off base, but I'm picking Darby Allin.
I still think this is a vehicle to put the belt back on Max, guys. I still think Max is winning. Because, I mean, at no point, don't get me wrong, Darby has been a terrific champion. But the thing that makes me feel like Max is winning is Max has been looming over this thing for the entire time. Yes. Everything he said as champion, that he's like, I'm a big match wrestler, and I show up for big pay-per-view matches. I could do what he does and wrestle every week and go out and do these big, crazy, dangerous spots. But if you're going to be a top guy of this company, you got to understand your responsibility of this company, and you can't just come out and do that. It's foolish to do that because you're going to have a short brain. And I think he's right. He's going to beat Darby. And I think they have been very much laying the seeds of how he's going to beat him this entire time. And even the hair stipulation, the fact that it's being made into this joke, and like they're doing all the ball chants, it doesn't feel like a serious threat. It all feels like a big joke. And I don't see it. I just don't see Max losing here. I think Max is gonna win,
That son of
and
a bitch.
Max is another one. I'm not certain that I believe he'll be champion by All In, but
Mm-mm.
it's tough because if you put the belt back on him and the year that he's having, how do you not get All In with him as champion? Because he's done great business for you. He's been a great draw. He's been a great character. He's been essentially the main character of the show without Hangman there. And so if you do put this belt back on him, how do you not have him walk in All In as champion?
And I'm just like, where does he lose it on the way up? Is my thing. Like if he gets it back tonight, like, or tomorrow, what is between? He's not going to lose it at Forbidden Door, and then essentially there's no pay-per-view again until All In. So he'd be kind of holding on to it for that time, and who would beat him in between them? It doesn't make, and nobody would be super set up to get that victory and be an All In against who we think is going to be Will Ospreay. I mean, Swerve, I guess.
I still think if I had to guess, I still think the match at the pay per view is Kenny versus Osprey. Based on like the backstage segment they did and some other things, it kind of seems like that's the match. But if that's the case, I don't know why they didn't just put the belt on him at Dynasty. But
I mean, we got this Darby Allin run, so I'm happy that they didn't, because we got this tremendous, like, this is a legacy run like we're talking about. But like, it's gonna be, the men's division is still a little, like, we know Ospreay's gonna be there, but there's like three or four other guys that could potentially stand across from him at Wembley. And like,
yeah,
Max is probably number one as far as like, the work that I've been doing, the houses that I've been putting up, like, I deserve to be there, but I'm not sure that he's going to be.
yeah. And the other reason I think Max is going to win is you've already set up other matches for Max. Like, we've got to do this Andrade match at some point.
Absolutely.
I don't know where you get to it, but it feels like they're still doing the teasers for it, and I don't think they would do that if we're not getting that match somewhere. When is Redemption? Because I guess, is that a TV special or is it pay?
I don't know what that is. Yeah, people keep talking about it, but I'm like, I don't know. Have they had an official announcement? Like, when is it? What is it supposed to mean?
No. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's a big TV special coming up, but I had to assume something's going to happen in between there, because I do think that both of the world titles will be moved around before we get into All In season.
I guess you're right. I could see Kenny beating him at some point on the way up too. Yeah, because I don't know if they're going to get to the Swerve stuff ever again at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows with the direction for Swerve. I do think Swerve will probably make it to the Owen finals, but from there, I don't know. But yeah, I'm pretty certain that Max is going to win. I bet the farm on this one. I think Max is winning, and I think it's going to be one of those where Darby is coming into this as a fighting champion, and we're going to see all of the wear and tear from that. And Max is just going to come in and pick the bones.
Mm-hmm. Pick the bones, my worst nightmare. I knew it was going to happen, but yeah, I'm not going to be surprised at all if Max leaves as world champion. Surprised that we even got this Darby run again. I'm very happy about it. But New York, feel like all the elements are on Max's side for sure.
That he can get to walk away from this as the second 3-time AEW world champion. Yeah, I feel like it's coming again. I mean, again, Darby has been incredible. Like you said, the match this week with Speedball was really great. Speedball came in from the beginning of the match on, dominating. I mean, had this guy in the ringer at one point, and the longer the match went on, it's just like, where is all of this coming from? He has been this tenacious champion for a month, where it just feels like you got to basically kill this guy to put him away, and I think that is going to be his undoing in this match, guys.
Max is going to kill him. Damn it. I knew Max was going to get this eventually, though.
He also said on one of these interviews, he did a lot of media in New York. Shout out to the homie Andreas Hale. He did the interview. Andreas getting his tweets off, and this was very funny because he got the interview, and then they did mention it on AEW television, and I could see my guy. I could almost hear my guy laughing from Las Vegas, like. thought I was done. Thought I was done with wrestling content.
Nope. Right on the Summer Jam screen, baby. Love it. Loved it so much. Great article also. Like, Andreas is incredible.
Love that for him. But Darby did interviews this week, and in one of the interviews he said that he's getting married the day before Forbidden Door, and I was like, yeah, I know you're trying to slip that in. Like, well, I'm going to be a busy man. I'll just have to be at work the day after my wedding. You're not going to be there. He's not going to be there.
You are not going to be at work on June 28th, the day after your wedding.
No. Well, June 27th. That's the day of the pay-per-view, right?
No, the wedding's on the 27th. The pay-per-view's on the 28th.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, he won't be there. But looks like a strong card. Looking forward to this show. Again, I didn't love the build for this, but AEW pay-per-views always deliver. I have no doubt that this show is going to be good. So stay tuned for that. We'll probably jump on Monday is Memorial Day. We'll probably jump on stream and review this on Memorial Day. Think that is it. We don't have any other big topics. It was kind of a slow week.
It was a little bit on the wrestling side, at least. It's like I thought there would be. Yeah. This is a sold out show, Phil. Like they sold it out days before Double or Nothing. Like they're in New York. I thought it'd be a little. They hit the media thing, but I don't know. Something just felt a little bit slow this week. I will like to say that was a long ass go home show. But fucking Mark Briscoe and Tommaso Ciampa, brother. Holy shit. At least we got to see that incredible match.
Great match. Again, Ciampa has been my favorite signing for this company this year. He's been tremendous. He's another guy that you can heat this guy up and he could be right in the mix for a world championship run, man. It's crazy.
Need a big heel? He's going to be that big heel.
Yeah. I don't think we have any super chats left before we get out of here, but I probably should check. Oh, we do. Sorry. Yeah.
The homie Joseph Molina, shout out to Joe, says It Takes Two was one of the first songs that got me into hip-hop. Yeah, I think that's the story for a lot of our generation, Joe, of like, it was an introduction for a lot of people that time. Big song on TV and the radio. Like, it really meant something. So, yeah, again, rest in peace to Rob Bass. Legendary.
Yes.
Vince Wembley said the new signing will be Tootie Lynn Ramsey, who just fought Marina last night at the Warrior Show and is now going to be in the Death Riders. Please sign Tootie. I think Tootie would do a lot of good work. I don't know why they haven't given her a shot or more shots on the Ring of Honor show, because I think she'd do a lot of good work over there too.
Yeah, agreed.
Speaking of the Ring of Honor show, the other Mikey V says, shout out to Eddie Kingston for that interview on the Ring of Honor show. If you guys haven't seen it, Eddie Kingston, I think, is tired of people saying, well, when are we going to see you on TV? Well, when are we going to see you this? Where do you wrestle now? And he's like, I wrestle on Ring of Honor. Fucking watch that show. We're doing a lot of good work over there. He said that he thinks their roster is better than Dynamite and Collision. He's saying a lot, but he's just fighting for his company.
It is kind of wild that where Eddie Kingston was at one point, and we're going into a big show in New York, and he's not on this card.
Very confusing.
I hear you. I hear you about Ring of Honor, but this is New York, and like I'm very shocked he doesn't have anything on the show.
Like they were like, we need New York representation for the show. Big Boom AJ will do it. Like Eddie Kingston is back there, my G. Like, he is a New York representative, and he still has that fanfare where people recognize who he is and his contribution. So, yeah, but shout out to Eddie Kingston. Still one of the best on the mics. Still one of the best hearts in wrestling, and still evokes those emotions.
Yeah. You couldn't put Eddie in that match. He could have stood next to Big Boom and AJ and did the boom too. He could have.
I'm saying he would have did it. He would have did it.
Maybe, I don't know. We don't have Big Bill in the mix because Big Bill's contract is reportedly going to expire at the end of the month.
Huh.
He's another New Yorker who could have been on this card. Yeah, man. I think that they never really scratched the surface with Big Bill, man. Like, I think that he came in and he was great in those battle royals. I would hate it if he didn't resign and they didn't do more with him, because I thought that he was such a great addition to his company. And, you know, they haven't quite got it right with any big man yet. And I thought out of all the big men that they had, that this guy had a ton of potential. And I don't know. Sure seems like he might be going back to WWE, though.
Huh. Yeah, I had become a big fan of Big Bill in AEW. I think he represented something cool. I liked his energy, his charisma, his confidence. I'm being a little bit biased because I told the story on the watch along. We had Denise and I had an interaction with him in Texas at the All In at Starcast, and he was the nicest guy, most humble guy. He was just like asking us random questions. After that, I was like, I want to see Big Bill win because he's a great dude. And I think there was a couple of moments in AEW where he was set up to do some good stuff. Him and BK and the Jericho, the Learning Tree, that was weird. That got a bad taste in some people's mouth. And I don't know if either one of them got to fully recover coming out of it. But I think they're starting the journey for both of them to come back. Yeah, there's a lot of news this week on Enzo and Kaz potentially going back over there. And if they went back over there, I wouldn't be surprised by it.
It would be interesting if they ended up back over there. And Carmella's not there anymore. That'd be very interesting. Your boy KJ is asking where is Private Party. I think they're injured. I'm pretty sure Mark Quinn is injured.
Yeah, they're injured.
I'm not sure if they're both injured, but it kind of seems like they are, because they remember Isaiah came back to TV and he was saying that he wanted to do a change of pace. He wanted to change things. It felt like they needed to do something different. And around the same time, Hurt Syndicate was talking about adding a new member. It sure seemed like it was going to be Isaiah. And then all of a sudden that storyline got dropped. And so usually that's kind of a sign that somebody's injured. So
I think
that's
both of them
guess.
might be hurt right now. I think both Quinn and Isaiah are out at the moment. Like, that's what happened. So unfortunate that they keep running into these fucking problems, and I hope it all gets figured out, because I thought there was going to be some Hurt Syndicate stuff off of it. But yeah, I think they're both out right now.
Yeah, that's my hunch. I don't know if it's been reported anywhere if Isaiah is injured, but I just assumed he was.
The homie Aaron Busby says, this week's Saturday night main event card looks like Sunday Night Heat. No Cody, no Roman, no Oba, no Brock. This is WWE. Here y'all go damn on to NBC. Yeah, I mean, no big star. I mean, they got some big stars. Becky's there and stuff, but like none of the guys are really talking. No Punk. Like, what is this?
Listen, y'all thought Roman was going to defend this belt on Saturday Night Main Event? That's what y'all thought? Y'all thought he was going to come back every week and do Saturday Night Main Event?
Come on. That's asking a lot.
They've already announced the matches for Clash in Italy as well. You've got both of the world title matches set, and Clash in Italy is next week. So I didn't think they would have a title match for either of those guys on this show, and I never believed Roman was going to be on this show. Roman ain't doing Saturday Night Main Event, guys. Like,
no, sir.
I did not buy that at all.
But it'll be fine. This is a Here Y'all Go Damn show.
Yeah, look, man, I'm not going to complain. We got a lot of women on this show. We got, got a lot of black wrestlers, so can't complain too much. I can't say that I'm gonna rush to watch this show though. I probably will pull it up, but I can't say that I'll be in a hurry.
Basketball's on, right?
Yeah, I think there's a Knicks game tonight.
So yeah.
Thunder Spurs was yesterday.
So yeah, I'll definitely be pulling that up. Then Meet Norma says, what song should they play during the stadium stampede? Hurt Syndicate, Bucks, or something like Slam by Onyx or Guns N' Roses? Please not Judas.
Slam makes a lot of sense, but I don't know if a lot of wrestling fans would connect with that.
Right. It's got to be something New York, I think, at least, Phil. So
yeah, if it's New York, it's Andy Up.
Andy Up. There you go. That's the winner. That's what I pick. But again, will wrestling fans have the connection?
But how do you not know Andy Up? But then, I'm sorry, wrestling fans. All right.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to remember who you're talking to. Very easily. But something cool, I hope. Like it's going to be hard to top the bodies hit the floor and a couple of moments that we had, but they're going to try.
Yeah, that was a big energy in arena thing, so we might not even get music.
True.
We might get I did think it was interesting that Wayward Son came up on Twitter this week because they haven't used it. Maybe we get Wayward Son.
Maybe. The Elite is in this.
So, I don't know. That's all of our super chats. Appreciate you guys as always. We got 2 more humper chats, and then we're going to slide out of here. Tony P says, forgot about Willow's injury. Sad about it. But again, with Tony leaving, let's see if TK can step up because a lot of these women are ready to shine. And also, hostess choice on Petty of the Week. Okay, done now. I think. Petty of the Week. Ooh.
I don't know.
It might be. I mean, this guy has been airing grievances for a whole 2 weeks of like hearing all the shots he's been throwing at people on the album. It might be Drake, man, because Drake getting his bar off at Khaled. He got some digs in at Hove on there. He will not let A$AP Rocky live in peace with his wife. He continues at every turn to continue to throw jabs at him, and I feel like his bars at A$AP are the worst. A$AP always gets it the worst, and it's like, Rocky, don't respond to this guy no more because like. And people are like, why does he hate him so much? It's pretty clear why he hates him. Like
it's super obvious.
It's obvious why he don't like this guy. And people are like, would he be this petty? I'm like, do y'all remember Marvin's Room? Like,
this guy's living his life like he's living his life like that's the one that got away. It's forever for Rocky, dog. No matter what.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of the other stuff he's been doing in this week, it might be Drake.
I'll give it to him. I mean, having Ack do that with the thing, that seems pretty petty too. Like
Ack trying to,
he put Ack in his place a couple of times, and that seems kind of petty.
Ack trying to tell us that he was offered $1 million or the dinner, which I don't believe. That's clearly a dig at the J meme. There's no way I believe that Drake offered him $1 million and he turned down $1 million just to have dinner with him and get that chain. I do not believe that at all. And I get people are like, well, Ack would do that because, he's a dick eater. I do not believe that at all. No.
Definitely felt like a bit.
I do not buy
Definitely
that.
Felt like a bit.
No. So even all of that, like you trying to make that into a bit and like some of the rest of this stuff, like some of the streamer stuff I saw this week. Yeah. Or if it's not Drake, it might be our punk ass president.
When I saw that stupid ass AI Colbert video, I was like, this guy stinks.
Yeah. I don't want this guy to win nothing on our show, even if it's pity of the
Nah.
week.
Fuck him.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Drake because I don't.
Yeah. Hate him.
Yeah. From D-Lo Diggs, starting to hate Stephen A because it's now becoming. Wait a minute. Let's stop right there. Starting.
You just landed there?
Just now, D-Lo? Anyway, he says starting to hate Stephen A because it's now becoming a dick measuring contest. Also, Gilbert did dirty with Underdog. But hope everyone real good this Memorial Day weekend. And if you're Team Homelander, just know sucks to suck. LOL. One love. Yeah, Stephen A has been incredibly obnoxious for a long time. Not a fan of anything he's been doing. This nonsense with him and Jaylen Brown is goofy. Jaylen saying fuck Stephen A, fuck Stephen B, fuck Stephen C was really funny. And so when he responded that way, I was like, why are you even mad? That was hilarious. Like,
good bit. Really, really good bit. Let him cook. Yeah, Stephen A is just annoying. So
yeah, another one. And he's doing his right wing bit, but I'm not a right winger, but I kind of am bit. And it's like, yeah,
walking a fine line.
Haven't been a fan of nothing he's been doing in a while. I saw it this morning where he responded to Nick Wright because Nick Wright said he's got to stop doing these videos and trying to sound like a mob boss. And so Stephen A then responded to that and say he should be ashamed of himself for saying that's what I was trying to do. It's just like, what are you trying to do then? Why are you getting on this thing talking like a super villain and saying like you're going to regret saying these things to me and I can say things about you on TV that nobody wants to say. Don't make me do that, Jaylen. Like what? What is that for? Like, just cover the sport, man.
Trash. Hate it. Hate him.
Yeah. That is all of our Humper Chats, I believe. Appreciate you guys again for your Super Chats and your Humper Chats. Appreciate you again for pulling up with us on another Saturday. Like I said, we're gonna review this pay-per-view on Monday on our YouTube channel, and then we'll be back next Saturday for another episode of this fine podcast.
Yes, sir.
But until then, this has been Phil. This has been Righteous Reg. We're out of here.